time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last dime trying to see you through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. Hey, this feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is song title similar. Time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last dime trying to see you through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. Hey, this feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is song title similar. Time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last dime trying to see you through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. Hey, this feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is song title similar. Time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last dime trying to see you through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. Hey, this feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is so.
Listen, this one's for anybody who thought the night was love. It ain't. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Come on, Listen, don't confuse the night for love. It's Friday night, my phone lights up. Lights up, oh, lights up. I told myself I'm done with this. Done. Say it. It's Friday night, my phone lights up. I already know the play. I told myself I'm done with this, but I still let it sway. She got that look, that sweet perfume, that come and give me smile. And I'm acting like I'm disciplined, but I've been weak a while. One touch turn my no to maybe. One kiss and my mind get hazy. But deep down I can hear that truth. If it's real love, it won't just use you. Temptation, don't. Listen, this one's for anybody who thought the night was love. It ain't. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Come on. Listen, don't confuse the night for love. It's Friday night, my phone lights up. Lights up, oh, lights up. I told myself I'm done with this. Done. Say it. It's Friday night, my phone lights up. I already know the play. I told myself I'm done with this, but I still let it sway. She got that look, that sweet perfume, that come and give me smile. And I'm acting like I'm disciplined, but I've been weak a while. One touch turn my no to maybe. One kiss and my mind get hazy, but deep down I can hear that truth. If it's real love, it won't just use you. Temptation don't.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. Listen, you already know what time it is. Listen, we're having a panel talk around Ready to Love. Yes, it's been an amazing episode where pretty much, I guess, some things got tied up, some things didn't. I mean, people were sleeping in beds that they probably shouldn't have been, who knows? And then we got, obviously, as well, conversations that were happening. We had Lauren and Vince talking, and I can't believe it. I actually backed Vince on this conversation, which is crazy. And then you had Bello, who is still keeping his options open with Ashanti, a little bit with Lauren, but more so with our good sis Dominique, and they were getting a little bit closer as well in the breakfast morning. So that was interesting as well. We had Stephen, who's become a favorite. What is going on with Shanna? I don't know what's happened to Shanna, but as soon as she ain't got no prospects, that girl was all over Stephen. I mean, she was all over Stephen. She didn't let that man breathe. In that particular space, and then I don't know if you noticed, she was putting her legs all over his leg. You didn't clock that when Donna was talking to him? Crazy stuff. So that was interesting on that respect as well. Carde crashed out. I mean, it wasn't a bad crash out, a little bit of a crash out. You know what I mean? Carde kind of just at the table, instead of having a moment which was introspective, decided that actually he was gonna just tell everybody that he feels like they've misunderstood. And I was I was looking at Carde like, bro, my guy, relax. Just be open. Okay, all right, just be open a little bit. And yeah, that was all I was needing from him, to be a little bit more open. Yeah, that was what was going on. And then Darius and Ashley kind of, had a little bit of a conversation, but nothing too crazy. So the episode was an interesting one. So you know what? The AI version of I don't know how do you pronounce her name? Is it Shannon or Shanna? How do you pronounce her name, bro? Because one thing I'm gonna do is consistently get somebody's name wrong every season, no matter how easy it is. Yeah, so you probably have to give me the phonetics of how you pronounce her name. But I will have the people coming on the panel in a few minutes as well. I know they're getting themselves together in this place as well, So yeah, man. And if you love the music, I was just trying out some stuff. I won't lie to you, it is AI, but it is my own poetry. So if you love the music that was playing in the very beginning, it is my own lyrics that I wrote as a poetry. I did several different pieces of poetry back in the day, so spoken word, I kept them. And well, the time has come for AI, and I just put it into the AI machine, told them what kind of version and style I wanted. And then AI does what AI does best. I'm here to tell you, listen, AI is here to stay. It's not going back in the bottle. It's outside the bottle. Use it. Okay, because I use it for everything now. Okay, I use it to do covers. I use it to do DPs, display pictures. I use it to do my notes. I use it for everything now. AI is here, and it's here to stay. So if you're not using AI, I need you to catch up. I want to just warn you now, the world is becoming more and more AI functional. So use your skills in conjunction with the AI, okay? Because it's not going anywhere else but forward. You know what I'm saying to you? So if you're somebody that is not liking AI, I hear it. It's like not liking the Kodak that became a digital camera. It's going to become, you ain't got a choice. Okay. All right. The current is going and it's flowing. So you just got to go with it, and just try and explore it and have fun with it. Many of you will realize that you have creative gifts that have been waiting for this very moment. I don't want to prophesy or anything like that. I don't prophesy, but let me just tell you this now. Many of you have gifts that you were waiting for the right time, and today is the right time. I'm telling you. So some of you have gifts in terms of the arts, and some of the things that you have in your mind in terms of ideas. This is the time to become doing it now. You know what I'm saying to you? This is the time to do it right now, because you're being gifted something that can be able to help. And I understand, yes, we need to be mindful. I get it. I hear it. But we should have been mindful with the Industrial Revolution. We should have been mindful when it was a technological revolution. Every time something happens, we've got to be a little bit careful. But guess what? It is here. And you are in the world and not to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying to you? In that particular space, you know what I'm saying to you? So even if you can't, I can sing, but even if I can't sing, it doesn't matter. AI is here. Use it as you need to use it. Move as you meant to move it. God is not going to put that back in a bottle. You know what I'm saying to you? He's not going to put it back in a bottle. I'm just going to be real with you. He ain't going to put it back in a bottle. Everything you're seeing is going towards AI. You can fight it all you want. The Industrial Revolution, they were fighting the same thing. People were complaining about computers. They're fighting the same thing. At one point, we had our notes on a hospital. And when you go to a hospital or GP, your notes would be on paper. They're not on paper anymore. They're digital. It is what it is. Guys, we can't be left behind because you're afraid of change. Okay? You're supposed to infuse your gifts alongside the new technology that comes round. It's not going anywhere. Right? So I want to encourage you, start using it. Yes, they're monitoring it. Absolutely. They monitored your credit card. They've monitored your bank account. They've been monitoring you for a very, very long time. Nothing's shifting and changing. You're teaching AI. Okay, yes. The God that you serve knew this was going to happen. So there's nothing you can do about it. You have to live in this world, my guy. You know what I'm saying to you? This is not the mark of the beast. It's not the chip 666. It's simply technology. You know what I'm saying to you? So I want you guys to be ready to embrace it. Move with the current. Move with the current. Do not be stagnant. Move with the current. At one point, you didn't have a TV. You now live with a TV. At one point, you had a phone that you can watch things on your phone. These are all things that come with it. You know what I mean? All right. So enjoy it, man. At one point, somebody would have never become a YouTuber until someone built a platform. So, but anyway, listen, we're gonna get into some real conversations. Let's get to real conversations. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Someone said not ready to AI. You must be at all things. Listen, the Lord is moving me, bro. Like if I feel something, I'll just tell you, because I feel like the Lord is moving me in different ways now. So I'm open to what God is saying in these seasons, bro. Like, you get me? So yeah, so I'm ready. But anyway, listen, we're here to talk about Ready to Love. Okay. So before my panelists come on and get involved, if you do feel passionate about the show and you want to join as well, then I will put a link in the chat if you do want to join in the conversation about Ready to Love. I know that a lot of people have their opinions as well, if you want to go in that space as well. Okay. But my panelists will be coming on in a few minutes as well. Okay. I do want to focus on one particular scene. I think the argument between Lauren and Vince was something I wanted to talk about, because I felt like the argument that they had, I understood where both of them were coming from, but I really understood that in that moment, I don't get why Lauren's friends were still going on about the height thing, like the way that they did. Do you know what I mean? And so I really did understand Vince at that point when it came to him and Lauren. And, you know, not like I said, I'm not on Vince's side personally after he called it a B word, but, you know, that's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So, okay. Let me take this off. Sorry. Let me take this off. This feels way too familiar. You got me singing my song. Anyway, sorry. Let me get, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Cool. That's a better conversation. Where is the one? Why am I not seeing the Lauren conversation, bro? I feel like I'm losing it, bro. You know the ones that you're trying to find a conversation, you can't find the conversation all of a sudden. Oh, here we go. Let me put my headphones in as well, because you're gonna hear the noise in the background. So, all right.
Your height? That's such a surface level question. Like, I would never go deep. Like, what would be the reason? And why does she? It's just a simple. Oh, I'm 6 feet.
It's not deep when I answer it and we move on. But when I answer it and then there's more behind it, now I'm not understanding why are we even still here.
I don't think that part of the conversation should have had that much weight.
So when they asked me the question and I answered it, do you think that should have been it?
Not if they didn't want it to be.
So they can do that. They can go on and on. But when I do it, but listen.
My issue is with you because I felt so uncomfortable and I was like, dang, this is not a good first impression right now.
Well, let me be real with you, okay? Let me be real with you. First and foremost, let me be real with you. The Vince situation with Lauren didn't make sense. I'm sorry. Look, I don't feel like Vince should be around Lauren anyway because he called her the B word. He shouldn't even have access to Lauren, okay? First and foremost. But if you are going to give him access and then your friends ask him about how tall he is and he answers the question and you keep asking the question, at some point, I do have to kind of look at it a bit more and go, why were your friends continually asking? I don't get it. Why would you keep on asking? It almost felt like a humiliation ritual. You know what I mean? So at that point, it does feel like a humiliation ritual. So if that person feels frustrated about the fact that you keep asking the same question over and over and over again, yeah, I feel frustrated too. Why we keep asking about the height situation? You know what I'm saying to you? Why do we keep asking about that? You get me? I see you, Lauren. Lauren, I need you to answer this question. Why is it that your friends kept on asking about the height thing? What was that about? I know there's a longer part of, I know the whole date was longer, but that's what they focused on. So what was the reason for the height thing? You get me? Like, why were your friends so locked into that? Do you get me? Like, is it because they thought like they saw him getting riled up and they wanted to keep on going? You know? They were really joking. We didn't expect Vince the Joker to be the only one to joke. Okay, well then, the person seemed like they were offended by the joke. So at that point, your friend should just said, hey, my bad, we've gone on too long. You know what I mean? I just think to myself, like, at some point they've got to read the room. They've got to be able to read the room and be like, okay, look, we've maybe gone a bit too far. And let's just leave it where it is and move forward. Now, probably that might have happened a little bit later on, but he was offended by that. You know what I'm saying? True, because he kept on answering it. So, hey, look, and if Vince did bad behavior elsewhere, totally understand. We have to hold him accountable for that. So that's why we said, I already said he shouldn't even be around Lauren because he called her the B word. That should be grounds of you don't get to talk again. So, but the fact is he's talking to her and they're still talking. And so really and truly, I can't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock with that particular aspect. I just think that myself, I think just be accountable. Your friends were in the wrong and you admit that my friends are wrong. My bad. Sorry about that. And then you move forward. You know what I'm saying? And then you move on. I got where Vince was coming from. At that point, I'm going to be like, well, if you're going to do that, then I can't be around you. That's all. You know what I mean? Let's not do that. I just think to myself, we shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, for me personally, I understood where Vince was coming from on this particular part. And maybe Lauren felt like, you know what, I've forgiven you for the B word situation. So give me a pass on this one, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't rock with it. And then we got to talk about the uncomfortable Carde situation, because it was uncomfortable. Okay. My boy Carde kind of crashed out a little bit, and I understand, but he crashed out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My boy kind of crashed out. You know what I mean? Like, So Lauren, you're saying that he said much more. So he said a lot more. So why are your friends choosing him? Or is that edited? Because your friends seemingly chose him. So why are they choosing him if there was much more that he said? You know what I mean? Like, why are your friends choosing him? He should not be the one that they're looking at. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, if he said more, why is that? Come on, baby girl. Help me understand that a little bit. You get me? Okay, cool. Let's just look at this situation here with the metaphor.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel that I am not totally understood as to how deep I am when a can swim. But I'm just saying, like, I feel that I am not totally understood as to how deep I am when a can swim. Right? I can save somebody, right?
You're talking in metaphors though.
But that's me though. I am a metaphor.
I do not think Carde is shallow. We've had deep conversations that me and him had talked about privately.
Hearing that I'm shallow, it's like, houseway.
But he ain't being open to everyone else in the process. And, you know, at this point, it's kind of late in the game when, you know, people have already done that.
This has been an amazing dinner, people.
Yes.
I'm almost.
Okay, so the Carde experience has gone to pot real quick. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Here's my thing. Here's my thing, and I see El said thank you for joining as well. Here's my thing with the Carde experience, right? The problem with the Carde experience in this situation is that he's not self-aware enough. That's the problem. Okay, you have to be self-aware. The way you're coming off to people, okay, the way you're coming off to people, it does give you're being shallow. And you're not reading the flow of the room, the flow of the conversation. You're missing the flow, Carde. I actually think Carde is actually probably a deep person. I think if you get to know him and you have one-to-one with him, I think he is a deep person. The problem with Carde is he chooses when he wants to do that, and that's okay. But then you have to be aware that the pieces that you're giving other people, right, the depth you're giving them isn't that deep for them. And so when they're calling you out on the deep, okay, and you're listening to everybody else say how they've learned things about themselves in terms of I did this. The thing was, I've done this wrong. This is what I'm learning. Instead of you saying I've done this wrong, you try to blame everybody else. It sounded like blame. I don't think you actually meant to blame anybody, but it sounded like blame because then you were saying, well, no one really understands me, rather than saying, actually, guys, I recognize that, you know what? I may have talked to one or two, I spoke to too many people, and I recognize that actually I do withhold my energy a bit. So you wouldn't have got all my deepness, and actually it will seem a bit shallow. That would have been you being self-aware, recognizing that you don't speak deeply to everybody else, and recognizing that you don't have the ability to be able to do so. That would have been you being self-aware. But instead, you turned the gun on everybody else and sprayed them. And Vince tried to help you. Vince tried to save you. And the fact that Vince was trying to save you is what was crazy. Vince was trying to save you, try to help you and say, hey, bro, come on. Like, look, they're trying to get you to understand that maybe the way that you are intervening. And I was like, oh, Carde, you're missing it, Carde. You know? So I think this was an opportunity for Carde to kind of read the room, give if he was going to be deep, you don't have to say you're deep. You could have shown it in that moment. You could have showed self-awareness and recognition, but you didn't. And I get it. You might have been hurt. I get it. You don't think you're a shallow person. I really do get it. You know, I get it. But you're coming off that way to them, and that's deepness. If you really are deep, would have been self-awareness. You know. It's unfortunate. And that's why you came off the way you did. You know what I mean? And like I said, he might be a very deep person, but you've got opportunity to show that to the people then. Okay. All right. Now, quickly, I want to talk about my boy Bello and Lauren's conversation, man, because let's just what happened there, bro?
With me.
No, it's not like that. If you feel like you want to have a conversation, say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do what Lauren does. Like, you can't, don't try and dim your light or try and like maneuver other people. Just do you. I feel like with Lauren, she's playing a lot of chess. Like, does he like me? How much does he like me? Okay, if he likes me, I'll talk to this person. Oh, I'm not this person's top connection. So let's see how this happens. And it's like way too much calculation.
Do you feel like I'm playing it safe?
There's no safe. You play safe, then...
Right, then you play yourself, right? Okay.
Somebody go home tonight.
Ooh.
And if you playing it safe, then you might just not get noticed in the way that you should be.
Now, I got a little crush on Lauren, so, you know, I'm going to take a little bit easy on my girl. You get what I'm saying to you? I got a little crush on Lauren. I don't know where it came from. Maybe because I felt a little bit of toxicity a little bit. But, hey, let me just still keep it real. I understand both of their sides, actually. You know what I'm saying to you? I get both of them, right? Because I understand where Lauren was coming from. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, because in that space, right? If you go and sleep with somebody else in the bed, I don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm looking at you like that's not my connection, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to know you're doing that, but if I now know you're doing that and you do that in front of me, you don't have respect for me. So that's a wash. That's a wash. You get what I'm saying to you? But I also understand as well that maybe having that conversation. Now, I don't know if they managed to have the conversation because I know, well, the way that they pieced it together, the story was as if Lauren was going to have a conversation with Bello around boundaries, and it didn't seem to even get there, you know, and it didn't seem to, the conversation didn't seem to progress to her actually saying, hey, you know, if you sleep in that bed, then I'm done, like I'm out. I don't know if it got to that stage, but what I will say is Bello also, I do understand what he's saying. See, Bello is trying to play the game. And there was, and remember I told you, Ready to Love is a game. So the people that are the most detached people are the best at playing this game. Let me say it one more time. The people that are the best at playing this game are usually avoidants because they are able to avoid certain scenarios because of the way that they're set up attachment-wise. So Bello, in this moment, yes, he was a politician. And as a politician does, they politic. You know what I mean? They politic. So in that moment when Bello is telling her, he's letting her know, listen, if you want to come hard, innit? But I'm not about to change my position. You know, he's like saying you should come, but don't. You know when someone's saying you can come, but they're not really inviting you, but they're inviting you. You know, like, I mean, if you can come if you want, is what Bello was saying. In essence, you can move to me if you want. You know what I'm saying to you? You can. I'm not saying, you know, that I'm gonna turn you down, but I'm not saying I'm gonna be accepting of it. But you can. Yeah. And I get it because again, it's about votes at the end of the day, and you don't want to get voted out, right? His top two connections are Ashanti and Dominique, and the distance between Dominique and Ashanti is huge. My man doesn't want Ashanti, bro. Like, she's a paperweight in his order of things. Not that she's done anything per se to be a paperweight, but he's a paperweight in all things, right? So I get that. You know what I'm saying to you? I understand that particular perspective as well. It's a game at the end of the day, but then him calling her out for being calculated is where he's also calculated. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, we're both calculated here. You get what I'm saying to you? But that's the game. That's the game. Okay? All right? The same thing that Bello is doing is the same thing that Dominique pretty much did to Devon. And let me just tell you, it's diabolical how how Dominique got rid of Devon is freaking-bolical. Okay? The game is the game. I'm not mad at it, but boy, it was diabolical. That woman called that man weak. I just need you to deep that, bro. I need you to deep that, bro. I need you to deep that, bro. My girl, and the disrespect was nasty. I have to keep it real. Look, I love Dom because the game is the game at the end of the day. And when you play the game, hey, Seaway, when you play the game, I hear it, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? But that was diabolical. Okay? That girl had a horse and a cart and then tied the rope around Devon's leg and dragged him over the cobblestones. Okay? All right? Right in front of the town. They rang the bell and the horse and cart went with it. And his head was bumping against the cobblestones as he's being dragged on the floor. Like this. Yeah? That's what she did to my man, basically. Yeah? Now, all I'm going to say is, if a man did what she did, there will be absolute theories coming out, long-ass paragraphs coming out about how diabolical men are, and this is the market that we have in the dating market. It's got pissed in the dating market. Men don't know what they want. They'll use you and abuse you. We'd have all these think pieces. Call it for what it is. Yeah? But I'm going to be real with you. I don't need to do that because at the end of the day, the game is the game, which is why I'm saying Bello played Lauren. The game is the game. Dominique played Devon. The game is the game. At the end of the day, the game is the game. Ready to Love is the game. Okay? All right? It's a game. But she dragged that man. I mean, it was so deep. And yes, Devon was delusional. We've been saying it for weeks. Devon was delusional. He was trying to capture the big fish. And the big fish that he was trying to capture said he's weak. And I know she was kind of saying it in the sense of like him not standing up for her. But sis, we've gone from him being part of your tribe to now being weak because he didn't outright say in front of all your girls that you're the number one. I was like, damn. Now Devon has to take some accountability because he also did the exact same thing with what's her name, Shanna. I always keep saying her name Shannon or whatever, and I keep saying her name wrongly. And you know, he kind of didn't make her number one either, like as well. So he was playing his cards close to his chest. But you see what happens here when you're actually not number one, you can't play them games. Yeah. See what what Devon did by playing the cards close to his chest is actually not a problem. It really isn't. On a normal day where you are number one in these women's eyes, you playing it like that, all they would have said was, I need him to tell me if he really likes me or if he really wants me. But when the girls don't care about you, you become a sacrificial lamb. Yeah? Dominique was like, how are you playing this game and you ain't even my top connection? How dare you? She said without saying, how dare you come in the midst of my friendship group and not call me number one when you know I'm number one in your life. And you know I'm not your number one in your life. How dare you sun him without even sunning him? Bro, like it was, woo, my girl was giving him the work, okay? You know, woo. You know, and and that's what happens, Devon. You know, sometimes you got to be accountable for the choices you make. Like I always say to the ladies, you got to be accountable for choices that you make. Well, Devon's got to be accountable for the choices he made. Okay, all right, and that's just as it is, what it is. You know what I'm saying to you? But on this episode, and I see my panelists are ready now. You know, on this episode, I'll be honest with you. Okay, Dom looked like she was about to fall for Balo. I'm a little bit scared because now we kind of know the ending, but I was a little bit scared for Dom because she looked like she was about to fall for this man. You know what I mean? But then again, Dom is a master manipulator, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, but she's a master manipulator. She could also be fooling us. You know, the fool might not even be a real fool. Who knows? You know. So in that space, you know, I gotta give it to her. And the last one before I get my panelists on is I need to show you this. I don't know what went on with Shannon. I don't know what was going through her head that day, but my girl was making movements. I didn't think she could move like this, bro. I didn't think she had it in her, but okay, like she was saying, I'm not gonna be leaving here without my man. And I hear it. I just think that she's inexperienced in playing the game. You know, as well in that space. So it's tight. Okay, all right. This one right here.
What?
While I'm seeing my connection spending time with their other connections, I absolutely feel like a third wheel, so I'm not gonna allow that to happen. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna ride it out.
What y'all riding out? Oh my God, your dissertation. That's deep.
It's a little awkward. Shannon interrupted.
Would you guys like to sit down?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, let's sit down.
Trying to like work on a connection, and I feel like I'm going to make time for all my connections.
So many people on this couch.
Exactly.
Don't stress the man out.
I'm just living it up.
So what are we?
Now, I gotta admit, Vince is funny because Vince peeped the game. Vince peeped the game and was like, let me save this girl and try and save my boy a little bit. He came in there, he swooped. Shout out to Vince. He honestly did.
Just want to talk about as a unit.
Look here.
Oh my God, Vince!
No, come over there.
You should come over
Vince is
here.
plotting.
Go over here. Right?
Stephen was pissed off, and I'll tell you why he's pissed off. Because Shannon was having conversations with other people too. I don't understand why she got so pressed about him talking to other people. I don't get it because I don't even get it because like she was talking to other people, like she has other connections. So I didn't get why she was so pressed about it. But I think she got pushed by production, if I'm honest with you. I think production told her go and get that man and talk to her, and that's why it looked so awkward because I don't feel like that's her normal kind of MO. And that's probably why it didn't even go it didn't go very well, you know. So in that moment, it wasn't the greatest, if I'm honest with you. You know, oh, it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So I was looking at it, I was like, my boy is pissed off.
You know, I don't know what's going on right now. Me and Donna are having a cool conversation. Next thing I know, Vince steals away Miss Donna, and I'm like, what just happened?
Are you all a bit?
Now look what happened here. Donna was like, listen, I know he's pissed because when you're having a good conversation with Donna and then it changes, you actually watch his body language. He's moved over as well. He actually got closer to Shannon. So he actually moved over. That's why she probably ended up having a conversation with Vince.
In my situation anyway. How about that?
I was just trying. to help your situation out.
You think that's what I like?
You know, I don't know what you. I know what you like.
Now, what? How did Shannon's legs get there, please? Shannon out here marking territory, blood. Shannon out here marking. Look what her legs are, blood. Yeah.
But let me tell you this. So if you had to choose one characteristic that was a non-negotiable that you needed,
I can make plans
I can't lie to you. The way that Donna swiveled and pivoted was beautiful. Very, very pretty.
and depend around whatever he said. So I'm never gonna be left hanging. And neither will my children. With the friends date, Vince and I discussed, do you want to be married? Do you want to have more children? And the answer was yes.
My hesitation is this. Donna does want to have kids.
I don't mind having more children.
I know for sure that.
Now, Donna knows for sure that Vince ain't want no kids, man. That boy said he want kids, but he gonna be open to it. Sis, stop playing with that man. That man's open to it. It don't mean he want them kids.
You're like
Stop playing
seeing
with
that far in the future. So maybe I should pull out the real deep questions. Have you considered?
That's what I knew. That look at. I don't know who Ashley's talking to, but she's in deep with somebody. I feel like.
What the relationship?
Oh, she's on the phone, so she
Relationship
must
would
be
be
one of her friends because she was in deep.
Like with having grown children and.
But yeah, the Shannon and Steven situation.
And infants and new children.
My daughter would absolutely love it. My son, on the other hand, his personality is that he don't mess with a lot of people.
Know somebody.
Okay.
You don't wish greatness. You just let it happen.
I love that.
You seem always to be very sure. I'm very attracted to that.
I feel like the more time I'm spending with Dominique, the more, the other ladies are starting to fall back. We've been consistent. The chemistry is amazing. The conversation is amazing. And it feels familiar. Let's go.
Oh, that felt good.
Now, he said 2 years to get married. I think that's a good time. But they're grown now, man. Do you need 2 years to find out if that person is really your marriage partner? But anyway, but she said obviously she didn't have to get married. I thought that was a bit. I was like, I said, Yeah, we know at the breakfast table when she was saying tell the truth about where he was sleeping. I said, oh, okay, yeah. I was looking at it like. I was like, woo-wee. I said, this is a little bit much. But yeah, they've been knocking some boots. And I'm not mad at it, you know what I mean? Again, unless it's for the, they're not Christians, but he is Muslim. This whole Muslim thing and him not wanting her to convert, I said, is he sure? You can't trust that. I'm sorry. When Ashanti was asking him, I say, Ashanti, get it through your head. Your friend have warned you. The brother is Muslim. Okay? Now, he's saying that he ain't going to ask you to convert, but my guy, when things change, things change. You can't take that risk. You don't have the same faith. Like, let's stop pretending. You know what I mean? Let's stop pretending. Okay? All right? As it says, stop pretending. Because you going to get in a situation. Okay? Yeah, Dom literally did threaten him as well with the wedding or funeral, and she meant it. Okay? And that tells me everything I need to know about Dominique. She going to crash out. Okay? She going to crash out somewhere on you. Be careful now. You know what I mean? There might be a little bit of a crash out on you, but you just got to be careful, my good sir. In that space. So yeah, me personally, I don't think that they should be doing this. I think they should be with their similar faith. And yeah, he did say he wanted to raise a kid in his faith. So I don't know how that works if he doesn't spend all the time with the kids. I know that in the Muslim culture and faith, they believe that obviously if the father is Muslim, then the children will be Muslim. I don't know if that really tracks without him having some level of control over the woman. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Because if from the people that I've heard who've grown up in Muslim and Christian homes, the children are usually confused. And I don't mean in a mean way. They just don't know which one to choose. So eventually they have to make a choice when they get to that point. But most kids are actually confused. So having a mixed culture of faith doesn't even really work. You know what I'm saying to you? So again, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't see how you're going to be able to fulfill that aspect of they're going to be Muslim, because that's not a guarantee. In that space, you wouldn't agree that you wouldn't want your child to choose their own faith. That's cool. I mean, as a Christian, I want you to choose a Christian faith. I ain't gonna hold you. There ain't no other faith for me. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be mean to you. It just means that's what I believe. You know what So that's it. But anyway, look, I've talked enough. Let me get some of my panelists on. Let me get my panelists on, and I know some other. I don't know. Oh man, that's too funny. Let me get Seaway and Elsid on because yo, it's too funny what they're saying, man. But anyway, Sean with us in a short while. How are you ladies doing? You good?
Hello.
Not terrible. Hello.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Indeedy. What's good? Elsid, how you doing? You good?
Yes, I'm good. I'm trying not to be a metaphor tonight.
Listen, you're gonna be a metaphor, simile, you're gonna be onomatopoeia, you know what I mean? Use them all, okay? This episode was an interesting one. What was your overall thoughts of this actual episode, Elsid? Without giving us a metaphor, what did you think about this episode?
It was all right, but I was disappointed. I wanted Devin to be there to see Bello's bags moved into Dom's room. I'm sorry. That was my wish. That was my hope. It didn't happen. That would have been a crash out I wanted to see. But I guess it's best that he just go with God. Okay.
I definitely hear that. Seaway, what's your thoughts on this episode?
It's okay. I think this episode kind of hit me that we're really far in the season and ain't no real connections. And I'm like, yet again, we're this far in the season and ain't no real connections. And I know a lot of people be here for the drama. I be here for like the love story, and there really isn't really that. And once you get to the retreat and it's kind of like this, I'm like, so I mean, it was all right episode, but I think the progress, I think Mercedes commented on that last week. We're just not very far along with real connections, but we'll get into that. So that's kind of what I thought.
Yep, definitely hear that, and I think this usually we have usually people down to their two, and there's usually a beef between the two of who's going to win, even though we know one's already going to win. But yeah, this episode seemed a bit more like it's so open because no one really has real connections. Like I don't think they even like each other like that. If I'm honest with you, and more like they tolerate each other. But hey, that does happen on these particular shows. That's why I said they need to do the one where you're in a villa, because even if you don't like somebody, you're gonna like them because you have them in close proximity. You know what I'm saying, Chu? And I know I'm being selfish, and that's probably psychologically damaging, but that's what I'm here for. I'm joking. But I mean, like, I'm not joking. But the reality of the situation, if you're on an island, you're more than likely going to be like, oh, I'll connect with you, and then maybe I won't connect after the show. Do you get what I mean? So at least we can get some of that delusion that is, at least you're going to try something. So I think this is a bit too open. Okay, cool. So, I mean, look, we'll talk about Devin and his, how he got handed his bye-byes. Dominique was saying these things.
Who did they say was the best fit for Dominique?
Hello. They felt like he stood on business behind what he said, how he felt about me. He's very consistent in what he's saying to me.
Ashley.
So Darius, he was saying everything that I like and that my cousin liked.
You didn't lit up. You didn't lit up. Shannon.
I brought Steven because we've been getting to know each other, and she likes his vibes. She feels like aesthetically he very much matches me, but she's like, is he ready, though, for those next steps?
My friends both pretty much thought that Steven was very genuine.
But he comes in and they ask, how tall are you? And he goes, I'm 6'2". It was a 10-minute argument between my best friend and him.
About 6'2".
About 6'2". It was embarrassing because he's kind of being aggressive, and it was a bad impression on them. And I felt like I don't know how he's going to act when I take place. I just don't know.
All right.
Sheesh.
All right, ladies. Now y'all see the importance of having your connections meet your friends. So, which of these guys...
aggressive, and it was a...
Their concerns with Steven is
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But you get the point. Sorry, I apologize. I thought I had it, but I didn't. My apologies. I thought I knew what the clip was, but maybe I'll catch it after. Dominique basically said, obviously, he was weak. She basically said, he's weak. I ain't gonna lie. She said those words, he's weak. What do you think about Devin? Because he did spread himself thin. He said he had 4 connections. Yeah, he's gone. So I guess he didn't have 4 connections. Seaway, what's you thinking?
You know what I'm feeling.
A metaphor?
I mean, he kind of, look, he clocked his own T, so I'm not going to clock it too much. He said that he didn't do this show right. You know, he came to the conclusion that he handled it all wrong. And so, you know, I'm not going to be too hard because I feel like he kind of figured it out at the end. And I love when people reach their own conclusions. I love when they come to their own enlightenment. That's my favorite thing. And so all I can say is I don't know why he played the game the way he did. I think he actually could have really found some people that could have been really cool for him. You know what I mean? Like, he really could have found a real connection. And instead, he was shooting at Dominique, who clearly was kind of locked in with Bello, instead of actually trying to find a real connection. And that's on him. That's on him. He to me, he seemed like a man that was overwhelmed by women that he maybe normally wouldn't get. And because of that, he just didn't know how to handle it. And sometimes you don't know how to handle. That's what they say. Like, when you hit the lottery and then you spend it all because you ain't never had nothing. It kind of gave that. Like, he ain't never been in the room with women who look like this. So he was tripping. So maybe next time maybe next time he'll handle it differently when he in a room full of baddies. Because he didn't handle this right. That's my opinion.
I'll see it.
I kind of thought, based on his ex, that I don't know if it's a room full, but at least he would know how to handle one baddie. But I keep saying that the way Dom handled Devin, I think it was a show for Bello. I think Bello was tired of hearing Devin say that Dom is his boo in the men's lounge. He was tired of hearing, and he probably like, I don't know what you're telling that young man, but he's still thinking that he got a chance. You gotta end that. And he had to be a witness to it. But that's just my maybe toxic opinion. But Devin being sent home, Shannon being the one to send him home, I think it kind of like made sure that the light popped up in her head when she heard Devin talk about his connections, and then she realized we weren't connecting as much as I thought. I think it helped Shannon realize that Devin wasn't as into her as he professed. Okay, so that's just my opinion of Devin being sent home.
Well, Lauren, hey Lauren, she says that he's more attractive and tall than he looks. Look, I believe that. I don't think TV does a lot of people justice, and so I'm sure he is. But regardless of that, he does look tall on screen, though. He looks tall.
Is height the only thing that's going to make people look attractive? I mean, really?
I'm still going to stand on what I said, though. Even if we give him an extra 10 points.
I just think he's a trick. I can't lie to you. I think he's a trick. I think that's why he got found out here, because he's a trick. So if you're a trick, you can get baddies because you're tricking. You know what I'm saying to you? So you can have baddies all the way through. But remember, we don't have a scope on you when you're doing your tricking. You know what I mean? And when I say tricking, what I mean by that, really and truly what I mean by that is when money leads you rather than you leading yourself, right? Like your personality and you being you. And I think the show kind of showed that, because when I saw him give money to Christina, I was like, whoa, what we doing here? You know what I mean? That's when I realized, oh, you a trick. You like to trick on the women, and that's how you catch some women. And I'm not, hey, listen, if that's what you won't do, that's what you won't do. I can't be mad at you doing it, but then you get found out because you see, had he not been a trick, yeah, the way he would have approached Dominique, he would have been able to assess it a bit better. I think he would have been, because you're used to baddies, right? Dominique is not. We saw the X was fire. I ain't gonna hold you. X is fire, right? So if you've dealt with those kind of fire women, when Dominique comes and goes, you might be a little bit flustered. I'm not mad at that. You will. You know, there's a new woman that's coming to your space who's also got the game and everything like that. You feel some type of way, right? But you wouldn't have done the. I don't say this. Your energy will be different. You know what I'm saying? Your energy is different. I'm not saying you wouldn't have done what he did. I'm saying your energy would be different. And he got found out because a person who was playing with is a real player too. So it's like at that particular point, I think the tricking that you've done is how you normally catch these little girls off guard. And this one here, she gonna trick, take your money and play you too, rope you in, and then she go and tie that rope around your little leg and drag you around the whole town for the town to see.
Careful with the whole trick. If he's the trick, what does that make the person using him? Careful.
The person taking it. I don't put anything on another person. They're just taking what they want from him.
Elsie, how you make that messy? How you manage to make that messy?
I don't know.
Because it is messy. It is very messy. We're talking about a male-female dynamic, and you're talking about the man as a trick. Yeah, it's messy.
Maybe I'm using the wrong terminology.
They're a treat. Exactly. They're just a treat.
Maybe I'm using the wrong kind of wording to describe what I mean by that. He leads with money. That's what I should say then.
No, you're not using the wrong word. Elsie is being messy. And look, just a treat. They're a treat. A treat to this world. That's what they are, Elsie.
Treat this world's crazy. Yeah, I think he leads with money, and I think it got found out in this particular episode. So that's why, in that space, I think he's a decent guy. I do. I just, in that space, I don't know what was going on with him. Hey, Peps, you right, babe? How we doing?
Am I alive?
Yeah, you are, girl.
Hello.
I see the bus down.
How are you guys? I've not been on here for years.
It's been a minute still. Yeah, last time I saw you, it's been a year or so. It's been a long time. Good
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, thank you. We're doing well. You get me? And since you're here, you can answer the question about Devon. What happened?
What happened there?
Do
you reckon he was? I think I have a whole philosophy around this. I do think he's used to Betty's. Like, his ex was a beautiful woman, as Elsie said. Like, I don't think that's the first time he's been around beautiful women. I think maybe his toxic trait is being attracted to toxic women. I don't think him and Dom are a good pair. I think we could all say that they don't have the same values, they don't want the same things. She's a beautiful woman, but I don't think they're on the same level and they don't want the same things. He's probably better paired with Shannon because at heart, Devon is probably not a gig, but he's a very chilled guy and he has interesting things that he enjoys that Shannon would appreciate. The Dom would probably not at this stage in her life care for. And I think it's a lot of men like that. I think with the world that we're in, a lot of men are attracted to the popular woman, the one who gets the most likes, and Dom has that presence. And I think that he got caught up in the sauce. He knew damn well that's somebody you have a good time with, but you don't settle with. And I think he thought Shannon was into him more than he had anticipated. I think he was begging on the fact that she probably wouldn't let him go. That, he got her locked in. Because every time they met, he was playing on all these soft traits about, I love the fact that you like this. I like the fact that you like reading. He played on those roles that Shannon was about. And he thought, this is it. And then on Dom, I can talk about my sexual attraction, what I want to do, and I can play on it. And with all the other people was giving money to, all these things. But Shannon said, and she's been really shifting. She said, I'm playing Russian roulette. You're not for me? Okay, bye. I don't think he expected it. And I think it was actually to show that the fact that she had to tell him, baby, I didn't have that on my bucket list. So, I think he was shocked too. I think he thought he knew what he was doing, and unfortunately it didn't work out that way. That's how I think it played out.
Definitely he on that one. With obviously Dominique. Not even Dominique. Okay, so my brain is thinking about something, and you guys can say if you agree or disagree as well. I see you, Sean. How you doing, bro? I know you had some trouble getting here, so thank you for coming through, brother. My thoughts are on this Dominique situation. Let me just say this. Is if there was, I think, okay, no, let me be real. This is what I think. I look at Dominique and the archetype of woman that she is. I call it baddie. I think the other women are beautiful, by the way. I want you to understand that. I think the other women are beautiful. But the only one that gives a baddie archetype that I'm looking at is Dominique. And I think there were two people vying for that woman. And the person who was going up against is a stronger contender. I think had there been another archetype that was a baddie, I think he would have just shifted over. I think he would have just shifted over and gone for that other baddie, personally. Yeah. What happened, Seaway? Why are you laughing?
And then Roman's being diabolical again. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Please ignore me. I'm not.
Okay. No worries. I don't know if you guys, what you ladies, and gentlemen, think about that particular aspect. I think, I think they're all beautiful. I'm saying to you, maybe Vixen. Okay, someone said Vixen. Maybe Vixen. Okay, I get you. But I think that archetype kind of energy that she brings. You know what I'm saying to you? The women are very beautiful. I think they're very attractive. But there's a look. We should say more of a case. So maybe I should say the look. There's a type of look. And I think if there was another person that kind of same kind of quote unquote look or archetype, I think he would have shifted over. Okay. As well in that space. Someone said Ashanti but Ashanti doesn't give that energy. So it's like it feels different. You know what I mean? But then again, disagree with me. Does anybody disagree or agree? I don't mind. We're opening it up so we can have that conversation. And shout out to people in the room. We've got almost 450 people in the room. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have a different perspective on that or you see it different.
No, I had to actually. It's funny. I just had this conversation with my husband explaining the difference when I was like, because when I say baddie, he's like, "What you mean? You're not a baddie. You're pretty." You know what I mean? And I'm like, no. What I'm saying is different. It's not about if you're pretty or beautiful. Baddie is like an aesthetic, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have more of a tomboy aesthetic. I'm not going to be walking in with my lashes and this and that. It's just not my vibe most of the time. So I wouldn't say I'm going to bring a baddie energy every day. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? It's just not me. So maybe Vixen is a better word so people understand the difference, because there's a difference. It's an aesthetic, it's a vibe that not everybody has. There's not. Jay said baddie's a lifestyle. Baddie's a lifestyle. It has nothing to do with if you're beautiful or not. So yeah, I like that. Someone said bombshell. Someone said Vixen. Okay, cool. I hear that. Any other thoughts on that before I go to Sean? Because I know Sean hasn't spoken on what happened to poor Devon. But any other thoughts, ladies, on that? Maybe you have a different thought about the baddie lifestyle, baddie aspect. Peppy, you have a thought? No? Elsa, no?
I don't know what you mean. As in, you saying that had there been somebody, but then you got people like, is it Ashley? Is that her name? The one who was the personal trainer before?
Yeah.
I think she gives that vibe. I think she's in the moment. She's about the time. She gives that feeling. I think that's why she has a lot of connections as well with people like Darius and so forth. I think he was just really attracted to Dom. Dom has a way. And I think it's Seaway who said it. It's the last time I listened to you guys or something. Like, she just has a way of talking to men to make you feel like she's in you and she sees you. She's mastered the art. And I don't know if somebody said either she's been a stripper. I think it was Seaway who said either she was a stripper or something. She has this thing of it might be sexual attraction. And I think that's beyond being a baddie. Because I don't know if I would... I think Dom is on another level. I think she's more of... Yeah, like it's a presence, it's an energy. She talks to you and she lowers her eyes. She knows what she's doing. Even with Bella, it's a whole different energy. With Carde, all these things. She plays the game. So I think it was just about Dom. I don't think it was necessarily that in my opinion, had there been another woman, they might have, tried and been, but I think he was truly attracted to her because of how she operates. And unfortunately, I think he underplayed what Shannon would do. I think he was, in my mind, I think he was vouching on the fact that Shannon will still be there because he felt like we're locked in, we kind of have similar people, but then I'm going to try it here where I maybe could get more than, I could get, and then see where that goes. And then unfortunately, Shannon was maybe clued on with Mackenzie coming on. Was that her name? The friend who was like, girl, I don't know if I see it. And she was smart enough to listen to her friend. I mean, I think had she not listened to her friend, she would have kept him, in my opinion.
Oh, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear that, and definitely feel that as well. Sean, I don't know if you have any. Well, actually, if you're ready to talk, I don't know, but I wanted to know your thoughts on how Dominique and Devon happened. You know, like, you know, he got sent to the gallows, and you know, he was the Mortal Kombat him finished. So I wanted to get your thoughts. How did you read it? How did you see it? You know, did Devon get played by Dominique? Was he delusional? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I don't have like a firm opinion on this, because to me, throughout this whole, you know, through the weeks of this, the process that we've been watching, it didn't really seem like he had any tight connections anyway. So, you know, I just think he was a casualty and somebody needed to go, and it was him. And I think he did struggle a little bit in the last episode of really like cementing himself with the ladies. You know, I don't think he really did himself any disservice, you know, a good service by the rankings. He was kind of like everybody's in his top 3 and not really locked in with any particular person and not giving anybody reassurance, especially Shannon. I know he thought he had something going with Dominique, but he saw very early on, especially during that meal that Dominique prepared like weeks back, that yes, she was going to, you know, entertain him, but I never got the sense that she was going to move in his direction and have something serious. So I think it was time for him to go. I think he was low-key drowning in the last episode. So it was kind of, you know, bye-bye.
I definitely hear in the bye-bye in that respect. It definitely was time to go. Elsa, you say you don't want to be diabolical. Why?
Oh no, that
She's
wasn't on that point.
diabolical in the private chat, by the way.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's
I
okay.
thought you meant like you want to talk on the people on the show and say you had some diabolical views.
Oh, I have some diabolical views for tonight, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna pace
Okay,
ourselves.
so you haven't got a diabolical one on Devon and Dominique. I'm surprised because I thought this is your.
I
this is
already
your bag.
said that. I already said that about. I think it was a performance in front of Bello to shut Devon down. I mean, I think Bello really played Dom. I really think so, but we'll talk about Bello and Dom when we get to that part.
Okay, no worries at all. Well, listen, guys, if you're here, we have 470 people in the room. You know, the good Lord is restoring and renewing. Okay, all right. Bucket Hat might even come back at this point. But listen, we appreciate you guys for being here and enjoying the show. We're gonna go a little bit more deeper into Ready to Love and talk about some of the events that happened on this latest episode. I want to just let you guys know we're on panel time and you've enjoyed a lot of the show so far. If you have not become a member, it's time to become one, because at this conjuncture, you can still watch. You just can't type anymore. So it's about to go members only in the chat. I love the fact that all you guys are contributing and you seem excited. There's buzz in the air. You're like little particles that have been warmed up, okay? You're buzzing everywhere and I love it. But it is going to go members only in the chat in the next minute or so. So if you have not become a member, I will be putting a link in the chat so you can join the membership. It's £1 and $1. I made it cheap, so none of you can cry to me and say I'm a YouTuber that's stealing all your money. You know what? I might even raise the price at $5 next time and see what happens. You know what I mean? Just kidding. But no, I might do one day. But it is £1, it's $1. I made it cheap so you guys can join the membership as well. Okay, all right. Someone said I should make jackets. You know what? I should. You know, and I'm gonna put that membership up to £10 per month, and then we can get those jackets going as well. Okay, all right. The snow is out here taking money and taking the gold out of us. Okay, don't play with me. But let's continue the show, and it's about to go members only as well. Okay, so talking about the next aspect in this situation. You know, they went to the cabin, and I don't know what the first contention I should go with. I guess maybe The first one we can talk about is, well, Darius had a conversation with Shannon, and she kind of called him out a little bit. Yeah, we'll keep this one a short segment, but she kind of called him out a little bit. So I'll play a little bit of clip, and it will go members only in the chat. I will donate also 5 memberships. We can do that as well for YouTube. Thank you, Elsa, for reminding me. I see High Vibes also donated as well. So I will be praising you, High Vibe, in a second or two. But just a little clip to remind you of this conversation that happened between these two. She called him out, and I ain't mad at it.
We can't hear it, Kojo.
Next me is their depth, their energy, definitely the looks too.
Where'd you meet this person?
I met her at my club. I own the club, actually. With Shannon, I feel like she's judging me because of my past relationships, but I ain't no playboy. I'm a grown-ass man, and I came here looking for love.
That don't sound good.
So I don't want no part of it.
Okay. There was a important part where actually I didn't play. Actually, I do apologize. He mentioned about his 11-year relationship, which obviously, if you've watched the interviews, which I haven't watched all the way through, so I cannot combat or not combat. So if you do have any information, you feel free to add it in. But he did say about 11 years relationship on and off, and the woman was a stripper. He said, and he basically was saying he tried to turn a stripper into a housewife. Okay, that's what he basically said. He tried to change the lady as well. Okay, he's been obviously reading Hosea in the Bible and thought that it would apply to him, and thought he'd turn her life around. Okay, like Jesus would as well. Okay, all right. He said, listen, let me put you in a fur coat and see what happens to you. You're gonna change overnight. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. He stays in a relationship for 11 years, on and off, doesn't work out. Shannon kind of calls him out a little bit as well as to why he didn't marry her. I want to know your thoughts about this. I know you know a little bit about Darius because of the interviews he does, and we now know he's as fake as a fur that he's wearing, but I still want to be able to hear your opinions and your thoughts about Darius and the Shannon conversation going on as well. Darius, if you're listening to this, I'm just doing this for the play. Don't shoot me. Okay. All right. I am not a fox. All right. So let me go to my people Dems. Sean, let me go to you first. Sorry, just because you smiled. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's because you smiled, bro. Okay. What's your thoughts on this Darius and Shannon conversation? You know, between the two of them. She kind of called him out a little bit and he said he felt judged. This is the second time he's been judged. So what did you think?
Is it judging or is it just calling a thing? You know what I mean? And I think in 2026, I'm so glad that Ayanla is coming back. So for those who haven't heard, she is going to be back on our screens very soon, revisiting some of her previous episodes. And we need her in these times, in these very dubious times. We need her. I don't know. Maybe I'm colorblind, but it looked like a Pink Panther faux fur, whatever he had going on. He's as unserious as all of the regalia he puts on around his neck. You know what I mean? Like, he definitely comes off like he's just bumping his gums. And I'm glad that people are kind of, the ladies are starting to see, because it's not lining up. And having an 11-year relationship with someone whose lifestyle doesn't coincide with you, because I don't want to be, shaming anybody in that industry. But if you think you're going to change somebody, and to have the audacity to think that you're going to change somebody / being with that person for 11 years, I think that speaks volumes about you, because who's changing? Either you've changed or you're pretending. And I think the veil of whatever he's got going on is starting to fall. And I'm glad people are seeing that he's not serious, because he's not. Shannon exercised a lot of wisdom in this. Unfortunately, I wish she would have used that same wisdom with Steven. But we're not talking about that now. We'll stay on task. Yeah, that's what I just think he's very much an unserious person, somebody that just used a lot of word salad. And it just, his intentions are not clear. And yeah, I mean, the lady running around claiming to be his wife is, unfortunately, these few episodes aren't helping his case of saying that he don't know that lady. It's looking like he know that lady and he do a little bit of scamming.
Penny, talk to me.
That pink fur. See, where it said, "Who are the girls? Who are gonna be the boys?" What did you say, girl? Who are the boys? Who are the girls? I don't know.
I said, who gonna be the boys? Who gonna be the boys and who gonna be the girls?
Baby, I don't know what he's into, but it's something. And it's interesting. I don't know. His lifestyle is messy. I don't know if this is the show for him. I think he misread the whole script when he came on. Because this is gonna blow his whole life. Like his whole business, whatever it is, it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a healthy man. And then the fact that he was like, I feel judged. Sir, this is what you do. You're just amongst normal people, unfortunately. So you can't be feeling judged because of your decisions. Own them. You know? Yeah, no, I don't know. I think Darius is an interesting one, and I'm actually surprised by the women who like him. I'm more questioning the women who like him than him. Because I think he's very clear. He doesn't hide. You know, there's some people who are like, oh, I play cool, I'm around people. This guy comes all the way, and with the pink fur. At that point, for me, it would have been like, that's too much, honey. Pink? And a fur? Oh, in this hot weather? No. So, I don't know. Something is not right. That's my view.
Could y'all hear me? Am I frozen?
No, we hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay. Well, can I go since y'all can hear me? Huh?
Yep. That's the area trying to take you out. Go on.
Clearly. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having discernment and speaking on that. Hearing things that don't align with your lifestyle and also highlighting that that's not going to work. I do agree that Darius is a person that you can see coming. And then you probably have scammers like Bello who you don't see coming. That's the people you really got to worry about. Okay? You have to worry about it. And although I'm married now, ain't he Nigerian?
I think he is Bello, right? I think he's got a Nigerian background.
Bello or Darius? Both?
Bello
sorry. Bello. Yeah, Bello. I think he's Nigerian. I think he is. He's Nigerian, right? He's definitely not Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
The head shape is not giving it up, people.
Right. Y'all been through enough. Nigerians been through enough this week. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm done with that. So, yeah. I mean, you just really have to use your discernment, and there is nothing wrong with clocking that and moving forward. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Because in the beginning, we could say that, what's her name? Donna clocked him too easy. She was judging him too quick. She didn't get a chance to know him. Woo, woo. But now we've seen enough of his boots and his fur, his baby fat of it all. We already should know the tea. We should be able to move forward. Nothing that he says adds up. Nothing that he says makes sense. And I agree. Peppy? It says Peppy, but is it Pepper? What is it?
It's meant to be Penny.
Oh, is it B? Oh, girl, you gotta fix that.
Oh, I thought it was a nickname. You actually made a mistake.
Like, what's Peppy?
Penny had a couple drinks over there in the UK. That's what happened.
No, I wear glasses, and I'm not trying to.
One time you think it's Penny.
I wear glasses. I don't want to wear glasses on here because my glasses are so huge. Honestly,
I'm like, I don't know who Pebbles is. Who's Pebbles?
The whole time I'm thinking
Lord help me. I am becoming as dodgy as Darius, honey.
Okay. Because I'm like, not Peppy. Okay. Well,
Let me see that really. How do I change it, Kojo?
Just edit your name.
Click on your name.
Click the name.
Your name.
But I agree with Penny. At this point, I'm more concerned about the women that are following for Darius than Darius himself. That's it. Because it ain't adding up.
No, I appreciate you. Got you. Don't worry, Penny. I changed it for you. You got double letter in there, capital letters for you. Well, actually, you've changed it back to normal and then. But anyway, Elsid, any diabolical thoughts on on this Darius and Shannon conversation, or Darius in general? I know, you know what I mean.
I think it was very, very much edited, and I have questions. I have a lot more questions for Darius about this club, this employment. Are we 1099? Are we W-2 employees? I have a lot more questions for Darius as far as that is, and I think it was edited. I don't know. I just don't think Shannon is as naive as they portray her, because I've seen like little areas where we see her, give little comments, snide remarks or looks. And I'm like, and Mercedes is her best friend. We know she got some spice. Okay. We know she has some spice. I think maybe that was edited there to make it seem like she didn't even know, what a stripper is. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I think maybe when he said adult entertainment, she was trying to drill down exactly what do you mean? She or any of the ladies would like to know, well, is that still your stream of income? Is that still how you are financing your life? Okay. So there are a lot of questions I had with this, and I don't know why they would why Shannon even is leaning towards Darius at all, if it isn't just to play a game.
Thank you, Sid. Hey, Jay. You look so pretty.
Hey, Booze. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's.
You looking like 2026 has done you well already.
Yeah, it's been a good year already. Mm-hmm. Listen. Darius is so unserious, and I don't even know why I have to be up here serious about him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what the hell? I am so glad that Shannon was not taking him serious in that moment, because like Elsa said, ain't no way she was that innocent in that. She was just playing real dumb for the camera. Like, thank you, girl. Because why is he playing in her face first with these furs?
What happened?
Okay. I just had a brief.
I thought you had an
No,
allergy
I just
when
had
you
a
said
brief
that.
for a
You were
moment
making a
on the
joke.
furs of it all, because I had to think back as many furs that I seen. I had to pause for each one. Okay.
You scared me, Jay. I thought we was gonna have to call 911.
I thought she was having an allergy reaction because she was making a joke, like, the furs, I chew. I thought that was what she was going for. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, I just really had a post
Gotta call
flashback.
Peter because he got it all from Temu, so I think we okay.
I mean, still, I'm about tired of it.
Oh shit.
He's up on the team. Then again, I don't know about team. I like Sheen. I recently been allocated Sheen. Sheen got some good stuff in there. I can't even hold you. Okay, Sheen got some good stuff.
Shein, I don't call it Shein. Shein for me.
Shein. Hey, Shein got some stuff in there.
That's
okay?
the greatest debate. Half the people
I
call
got
it
some good trousers from there.
Shein, huh?
If it fit in my waist, like, because this
I mean,
waist
that's
is a
a
bit.
cute thing for her, but not for him.
I'm just saying.
Maybe he was modeling it for the ladies. Maybe he was modeling it for the ladies. I don't know. He might be into ladies wear. He might be selling ladies clothing, and sometimes you got to advertise.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Beijing.
Y'all are terrible. When he comes after you, I don't know parts of this. Hey, Darius, where you get your phone from? China, Thailand, I don't care where you get it from. It's what you love.
From the looks of his ex-wife, we the last thing he's got to worry about.
You can sick his
God damn.
Wait, so is the white lady
I'm
his
just
ex-wife?
saying that he's got bigger fish to fry.
Or the deacon is not in the building.
That sounded wrong.
Wait, so the white lady his ex-wife?
Let me clean it up before y'all.
You can't clean it up.
Take this down a rabbit hole. It wasn't meant to go. I meant he has bigger problems than us. He's got to worry about what he's got going on with his alleged ex-wife. Okay, that's all.
I'm trying to figure out how him and that lady even linked up. I mean, I do know the Midwest of it all. You can't miss.
Don't you dare clip that. Don't clip it. Don't do anything with that.
Nobody gonna clip it.
I will personally log it.
I will clip it. I will clip it.
Somebody gonna clip it.
118 minute, you gonna get it. I'm sorry.
I have clarified what I meant. I'm not gonna be Cardi. I realize that sounded horribly.
Well, that's what you get.
Not
for
what I
me.
meant.
That's what you get for calling me fat phobic every day. So look, they finna.
A win is a win, huh? See what?
You called me fat
dodge
phobic.
accountability and try to strike me down with you.
A win is a win.
Oh, gracious. Okay. Oh man. Any other thoughts on Darius' situation? Because obviously Darius did have a conversation with Ashley as well. It was very brief. What were we thinking about? Because obviously they got to the cabin. She's all smiles with Uncle Nephew Tommy. But he asked her a question, and then he was saying that she's smiling, she's all excited, but she has kind of said like she's not all the way there. It sounds like she's holding back a little bit, but she is doing smiley. So Jay, you want to say something about the Ashley and Darius situation, or no? Maybe go no. Okay.
To be honest, I don't even remember it.
There wasn't much that happened.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if anyone had any thoughts on that, but that's okay. All right, we'll move on to the next segment, which is because we're talking about Shannon. Is that how we pronounce her name? Is it Shannon, guys? I just want to make sure we pronounce it correctly. Shannon. Shannon obviously had a situation with the Steven aspect, you know what I mean? She really, put some pause on him. Okay, all right. She clutched him like she clutched them pearls. Okay, I'm sorry I had to do it. But, she was doing a little bit of, maneuvering around and trying to make sure Steven wasn't going too far. Okay, all right. Kept him on a nice little tight leash, made sure he wasn't going around and talking to too many people now without her as well in that space. But before we talk about them too, I just want to be able to read out some of the super chats and some of the new members as well, because some of you guys have been donating. So thank you very much for those in the chat. We've got a new member. We've got Valerie. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. It things the Holy Spirit. Sometimes when you're in deep prayer, the Holy Spirit just starts taking over, That's my excuse. Anyway, thank you very much, Valerie, joining the membership. We have under the olive branches. Okay, where did Jesus find one of his disciples? It wasn't an olive branch, but it was under something. Anyway, thank you for joining the membership in that particular space as well. We got Nina Drake 2167 hotline bling. We appreciate you, Nina. Thank you very much for coming through and becoming a member as well in that space. And then we've got some fantastic giving as well, because Christmas has gone, but you're never too late to give to people that you care about. Okay, so I want to appreciate the people that have gifted memberships to people as well. Shout out to High Vibe 001 for gifting 5 memberships out to the people. Them, you know what I gotta do when I do a pin.
Who are you? My name is a pimp named Slickback.
That's right. We appreciate you, High Vibe. Thank you for being generous and caring about the people them that are outside. They can finally get in, like Chris Brown said in his wonderful song. All right, then Kesha as well, or Keisha. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I pronounce people's name. It could be Kesha, it could be Keisha. I do apologize if I've mispronounced it. You can put the phonetics in the chat and I will read it. Probably get it wrong, but I still will read it. Okay. Kesha 8410 also gave us 5 memberships as well. But you know what? I'm going to change it because you don't want to. That's right. Appreciate you, Kesha, for dropping the 5 memberships as well. We have another big gifter on the way. Decided to put a few presents underneath the, I was going to say mistletoe. I was going to say tree. So I got ahead of myself. Shout out to Seaway as well, gifting the people them and say, yeah, we want you to come inside as well. You get me? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But let me just say this. I want to play that clip again because I like it. Yeah, I like it. You get me? You get me? Yeah, appreciate that. I would say gang signs, but I'm in Heaven's gang. So anyway, and I have to gift this wonderful person too, because they decided they wanted to outdo everybody. They said, oh, you guys, you gave your pennies, but I'm about to give the bucks. You get me? So I have to appreciate her as well. She decided that my contribution, Seaway's contribution, it was a little too little. That's what she's trying to say about all our contributions out here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she decided to go a little bit over the top as well. Shout out to our girl. Another round with the 20 memberships out here. I don't even know if there's even 20 people left at this point who haven't been involved into the membership at this point. You know what I mean? Like, we appreciate the surplus. Thank you very much. Another round. I haven't even got a clip for the 20. You get what I'm saying to you? But you know what? I have to find something. You know what? Look, I'll play a few clips for you. Number one, this was inspiring and I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I gotta play my little Wakanda clip for you. You know what I'm saying to you, okay? Because you've decided to challenge us to be more better givers. You know what I'm saying to you?
Let the challenge begin.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And I gotta play one more clip because I love this clip. I played it for Seaway. I played it for myself. I'm gonna play it again because I like it. And I got one more to
Oh, DD, oh, what it is? Oh, DD, what it is?
That's for the 20 that she dropped there. We appreciate you another round.
What
Thank
the hell?
you very much. Huh?
What the hell was that?
I don't even know. I just found it there somewhere in my own files. I don't know where it came from, but it's there. Shout out to also people who've super chatted as well. First one was Kesha. She said she's playing a bit of a role with Pearls every day.
Keisha.
It's Keisha. And I can say Kesha. It's Keisha.
It's
Confirmed?
Kesha in the UK.
No, it's
It's Keisha.
It's
Kesha.
Keisha. Don't throw Kojo off, Jay.
It's Kesha, you nasty.
It's Kesha.
No,
Yeah?
it's Keisha. Jay is being diabolical. It's Keisha.
Oh, okay. You know me. But she just said she's playing a little bit of a role with the Pearls every day. I definitely hear you. You know how I feel about the Pearls. You know how I feel about the Pearls, okay? All right. You know how I feel about them Pearls. Jay Marquez 9737. Love the DP, by the way. It looks like you're relaxing and chilling. I love that. He's got a little Cuban cigar in his hand as well. Okay. He said he came on the show looking for a bid. If we keeping it a buck. Are we talking about Darius or are we talking about someone else?
He
Darius?
clarifies in the next super chat.
Okay. Shout out. Okay, yeah, he did. My comment was about Devon looking for a bid. I'm being in the playback. Oh, okay. I'm okay. Hey, listen. Hey, I'm not here to shame anybody's opinion. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. But I appreciate you for the 2 super chats. You know what I'm saying to you know, and I appreciate because you came hard. You give us 2, so I gotta play a little bit of a clip. You know what I mean? I gotta play a little bit of. That's right. You shut it down, and I appreciate you, sir. Wake up, okay? Listen, if you want to obviously make your comment come on the screen, by all means, send us a super chat. We will read your super chats on the screen. If you're feeling generous, gift out memberships as well, because it always means that other people can come in and enjoy. We've got 550 people in the room. It's been a long time since I've had that many people in the room. I can't lie to you. So we appreciate everybody here who is enjoying the show. Yes, El Cid.
In order for those of you who are in the waiting room to receive memberships, please make sure that your settings in YouTube has the gifting, accepting gifts on. If you go to your main YouTube channel and click on the 3 dots and go to your settings, make sure that you are able to receive gifts.
Love that. Thank you very much. It's always good to get status updates so that these people know, because I wouldn't have known that myself. Okay, so update your settings, guys, so you can get the free memberships as well. Okay, all right. Coolly, Uli. We love it as well. Okay, all right, cool. So, and again, if you want to send super chats, feel free. Yes, we're now on Shannon's movements as well, because she decided to, you know, play ball. You know, she said she's going to show you a few different moves. Okay, all right. She went from the quarterback to the running back. It was beautiful to see the play that she made on this episode as well. Have a look at this.
Absolutely feel like a third wheel, so I'm not gonna allow that to happen. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna write it out.
What y'all writing out? Oh my God, your dissertation. That's deep.
It's a little awkward, Shannon interrupted.
Would you guys like to sit down?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, let's sit down.
Trying to like work on a connection, and I feel like I'm going to make time for all my connections.
So many people on this couch.
Exactly. I'm just in the middle. I'm just living it up.
So, you know, Shannon made her move. I can't be mad at it. She made her move and decided like, hey, look, actually, I like it like this. She made her move and then, you know, said basically, you know what? I'm going to go for my man. Okay. I'm going to make sure I get my mans. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Shannon making those moves. What do we think about it? How do you feel like Stefan? You know, Stephen was saying he was a bit uncomfortable. What did you read from Stefan? Did you get anything? Did you have any thoughts about it? Talk to me. You know what I mean? Talk to me. What are we thinking about this Shannon moves that she made? Who would like to go first? Or should I pick somebody? Should I do Eeny, Money, Mo? Unmute the button. Then we go.
Okay. So Shannon is playing, and Shannon, I don't know if to say she's playing well or not, but she saw Steven talking to Donna, and she's like, you're not going to have that much time. And then, funny enough, when they sit on the couch, Vince is clocking it and saying, I'm going to be the fourth wheel. So Shannon is making a big play for Steven. I don't know what else she and Darius said on the couch. It seemed like she went running to Steven, so much so she was tackling Steven on his bed. So Shannon is just grasping and holding on to Steven as hard as she can. But Steven looked a little disappointed that Vince came and took Donna's attention. So that's my question. It's like, is Steven just as interested in Shannon as she is claiming him publicly?
I definitely hear that. Okay, yeah, I hear that. Any other thoughts, guys, on Shannon and her making the moves? Was she jealous? You know, she said she didn't want to feel like a third wheel. Do you think that the pressure was getting to her? Now she recognized maybe one of her, kind of connects had gone previously. Do you feel like she was under pressure in that space, and then she had to make a move? Was it a false move? How did you feel about her moves? Shannon, are you okay? Are you okay, Shannon? Oh, you're just gonna be staring at me.
I mean, I agree. I don't think Shannon is as innocent as people or how she's being portrayed. I think she probably also created an image and a brand around her with the pearls and the whole thing. But I do think she's one of those girls you just gotta watch out. And I think in this episode she showed who she is, really, a little bit of that. Because it's very bold for you to step into a situation where two people are comfortably talking. It shows to me that you believe you have something. So and then also with Steven jumping on him, I think, yeah, she's one of those girls you just gotta watch out. She's not as poised and, all that, whatever she's showing. I think I worry. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Steven is going to be honest and say he was not happy, or whether he's one of those people who are just easily persuaded. So I don't know if he's torn between the two, or whether he's going to be honest and be like, I just didn't want to upset her in the moment, but this is how I felt, and then say it in the men's room, or whether he's going to be like, oh, actually, I wasn't too sure about Donna, but I like the fact that she's so forward about how she feels about me. Because even in the bedroom, jumping on him, sitting by his phone, all this, it felt very intimate. And it felt more intimate than he's been with Donna. So I don't know where this is going. I'm interested to see.
That was a good spot. She definitely did jump on him in the bed. I was like, whoa, okay, you jump on me like that in the bed, I'm gonna say my prayers. Okay, all right.
I thought
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. I'm making my prayers because you won't have me messed up. You know what I mean? Libadash. Siwe, since you open your mic, go for it. Tell me your thoughts on Shannon. I know you got some real thoughts on this lady and what her moves
my thoughts are, I think it's awkward when you're in this position where when it's the women's day to be eliminated, you do have to try to be a little bit more forward. Was it awkward the way that kind of scene went and how things went? Yes, but I also think it's very unnatural the way women have to be a little bit more forceful on the weeks that they're going to be eliminated. So I'm going to give grace to that. I'm not sure that that's something that she would be doing if it wasn't, if that wasn't the situation. I don't think she would be doing that if it wasn't like the women were going to be eliminated. Yeah, the women get eliminated on this retreat. So I think she was trying to be more forceful. And also, the men are so passive this season. It's like you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. I mean, like, you're either trying to show that you're interested. These men are just super passive. And if they're not passive, they're scamming. The only men that aren't passive are most likely scammers. Bello and Darius. Everybody else is like passive. Like, what are they being? I mean, maybe Vince is somewhere in the middle, but the men are definitely the prize, El Cid, this season. And so it's kind of like, what are women supposed to do? That's probably why Ashante is like probably what I would be doing. Like, if you interested, come get me. If you not, you know where I'm at. If I go home, that's cool too. That's the vibe she give. Like, I'm not chasing you at all. I'm not chasing a soul. And you see, she's still on here, not chasing nobody. Okay? You might as well just do that. Because Ashante, like, I ain't chasing you. I ain't mad at her. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Definitely hear you. Definitely hear you on that. It looks between Sean or Jay. Whoever looks at me first, I guess I'll choose them. Jay was like, she lifted her head, but she did not look at me. She did not look at me. And Sean said he ain't paying attention one bit to what I'm saying. He ain't gonna go. So Jay, I'm gonna go to you, baby. Okay.
Nah. So, in honor of our panelist up here, who is now a coach and also a sports journalist, commentator, legendary. No, I think you'll just appreciate this little rant I'll go on real quick. So, Shannon had to run a little play interference. There was a flag on the play called by Steven. However, she did make an interception. And Vince came in on the rebound and got the layup. I'm just saying it was a classic two-sport game. Started with a little football, came in, ended with a little basketball. Everybody wanted the end because it looked like good conversation. Legs was crossed over other people. The switch was made. I don't know if she seen that Donna needed saving. Donna might not needed no saving. You know what I'm saying? But Donna was surely glad when a new player entered the field. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all. Moving on. Back to you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Jay. We appreciate you for giving us a little bit of a rundown where you are. Sean, if we could just patch into you, can you just tell us down what's happening down at the court side?
Well, I'm unfortunately I don't have any sports commentary to back up my opinion. So I'm gonna leave that to Jay. Yeah, I don't know. I was scratching my head, honestly. I cringed a little bit when she stepped into that conversation with Donna and Steven. I'm not sure what prompted her to kind of do that. And then also seeing other people's reaction. She didn't, kind of like bow out gracefully. She kept going. And then Vince kind of took the reins from there. So I don't know. I definitely don't think Steven likes her per se. But what threw me for a curveball was when they were kind of like teasing the next episode. Donna mentioned that when they did that flower pot painting exercise outside, that she didn't get one from Steven. Now, if that was not the full scene, or if it's gonna come up later that he did give her one, I hope so. But if not, I'm not sure, because why would he do that? Why would he only give a pot to Shannon and I forgot who his other interest is? It's escaping me right now. But not Donna. And it seemed like they were having a good connection. But then I kind of went back and rewatched it. And I saw him and Donna talking, but they were kind of just talking about clothes, more like friends. So I don't know if he put Donna in like a friendship thing and he just kind of likes her because they vibe. She's a mathematician. He's in education as well. Maybe like he just thinks she's a cool person, but there's no romance. I don't know. I guess we'll put the pieces together, but that definitely gave me some confusion because between the jump scare he did when she jumped on the bed and then his body language when she Shannon intercepted the conversation, I would have thought he didn't like her, but it looks like he does like Shannon. Whether he gave Donna a flower pot or not, he did give Shannon one. So he must like her to a certain degree. She's a pretty girl. So maybe he's like, I don't know, weighing his options, playing it safe.
hear that. I hear you. I definitely hear you on that part. I think obviously with Shannon making her moves, I think I think she's trying something a little bit different than what she's used to doing. And it is sometimes a little bit unnatural to have to chase somebody. But I think what I think she likes Stephen, and I think she had a moment, where she said to herself, "I'm gonna break the mold, and I'm just gonna do a little anxiousness of chasing a man a little bit." You know what I mean? And it kind of did work. You know what I mean? It kind of did work. It made him think. I mean, again, I don't know if Stephen likes anybody. I'm just honest with you. I just feel like he's always quite neutral. Like it starts off positive and it always becomes neutral. You know what I mean? Like he gets into first gear and then he gets back into neutral. You know what I mean? So it's always feels like the car is just stalling. You know what I mean? Like I never see him really. I'm not sure who he actually likes. I'm not sure because it's the way that he might start with somebody who have conversation and then it will kind of stall and it's like it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm always a little bit like I'm not sure who you're actually liking, Stephen. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't think he's not doing it in a way of like messing people around. I just don't think he's really sold on anybody, and I think it shows because he hasn't actually moved with any kind of concreteness with anybody at this moment. And that's not to say that anybody else has, but apart from Bello. But yeah, I just feel like there isn't much moving on that aspect. Yes, Jay.
I mean, not too much of my Steven, okay? I told y'all. No, just playing. But now I think, I mean, if rumor is true, I think he's one is supposedly had coming out of something, not as recent, but still like some months within or something like that, and it was very serious. So if that's true, maybe there's still in his head a comparison aspect going on with some of the ladies to what his ex was or whatever and stuff like that, or we still not totally open on the idea of actually dating right now. We're just doing it because our homie said it. Somebody said the show was probably good to get out there or something like that, but we're still not over whatever we were in. So I don't know. That's that possibility. I don't know if the rumors is true.
No, fair point. Fair point. Any other thoughts from the panelists on Stephen's situation before we shift it to another conversations in that space too? No? Okay, cool, fantastic stuff. Well, before we move on to the next segment, just want to let the people them know, okay, all right, 2026, I'm invested in trying to help the men in this generation, okay, all right. We kind of soft launched it a couple of years ago. I didn't follow through. The year after that, I didn't follow through. And the year after that, I definitely didn't follow through. But 2026 is a renewed me, okay, all right. I've seen the vision. I know where we're going to. So the man them, I've redeveloped the Dark Arts channel. I have left the Dark Arts behind, guys. Okay, all right. I'm a changed man. Okay, all right. I've changed my ways. Okay, I've changed my ways, guys. Okay, I've changed my
a 360 is change,
Yeah, listen, it's not a 360, it's a 180 because I don't want to go back the same way I came from. You know what I'm saying to you? What's the point of turning? You're turning all the way around. I see what you did there, Jay. You're trying to get me, okay? But the Holy Spirit said now, okay.
I did it though, because sometimes even if you do a 180, the horizon's still the same.
I ain't doing it.
You might be in a spear, my guy. He might be in a spear.
The fact that you're going back and forth, it's not all gone.
Listen, and it's not. You know what? The sanctification process is literally in process. You got to wean it off. You know what I'm saying to you, as you might to Joneses. So the Lord is working through me. But yes, for real. For the man them. I developed another channel. It's called the Landlord 91. Don't ask me why. Okay, just like I've made one with Little Black Book. Don't ask why that name is. Okay, all right. You don't need to. All right, but the landlord came to me, just wouldn't leave my mind. The Lord will make it sense when in the right time. But listen, I've set it up. So you guys fantastically go over there. I played a little bit with the AI a little bit. So I thought, I do that my little game, my little editing. But for the Mandem specifically, I want to go over there because it's going to be specifically for you. Okay, all right. I'm still talking about relationships, but I'm trying to focus it more on us as men and be able to talk about real things. We'll be having lives on a Tuesday at 8 o'clock UK time. So for the men who want to just join and have a conversation, be a part of it, have a safe space that we can talk about things from a male perspective, by all means, come over. That's going to be 3 p.m. EST. 2 p.m. CST time for the USA people. For us, the UK, it'll be 8 p.m. Panel times, okay? And then videos drop every Friday, 6 p.m. A new topic. This month, we're talking about being a good man. Is it enough to gather yourself a lovely woman? Okay, all right. And if you haven't already done so, on TikTok, we are there every Thursday having open panel talks as well. Okay, so by all means, you can join on there. Okay, so feel free to join us there. Let's get back to the conversation. I promise you there'll be more updates later on for the show. So, I want to say there's going to be no more, but there will be some more. The next scene that was on the show, the next scene that happened, we had Bello and Lauren have a chat. I think Bello expertly played this game. Okay, all right. If I think Dominique, played Devon with precision and skill, then Bello managed Lauren out. I mean, it's like he put her on garden leave and, just said, hey, look, you here, but you ain't here, basically. You know what I mean? Like, you can try, but you on garden leave. You know what I mean? So here's a little bit of a clip of what happened between the two of them.
I don't feel like I'm Bello's top connection, so I really want to find out if we're still on the same page. Am I still a connection? Is this relationship a priority for him?
One of the things I do wonder, if you are emotionally available to me as a connection, I'm not sure if I feel that 100%.
We've kept in touch this whole time.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
In my mind, coming here, I was like, clearly I have connections and we're all dealing with the same people. So I'm going to I'm going to avoid stuff. I'm just going to see what they rather do.
But is that you? Is that you in full expression?
It's not, but how can I be in full expression when you're not in full expression with me?
No, it's not like that. If you feel like you want to have a conversation, you say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do what Lauren does. Like, you can't, don't try and dim your light or try and like maneuver other people. Just do you. I feel like with Lauren, she's playing a lot of chess. Like, does he like me? How much does he like me? Okay, if he likes me, I'll talk to this person. Oh, I'm not this person's top connection. So let's see how this happens. And it's like way too much calculation.
Someone said politician Bello. What do we think about this conversation between Bello and Lauren? Did he politic here? Did Bello politic here with Lauren? Did he manage her well? Did he play her? What do we think about the Bello and the Lauren conversation? Is she calculated? As somebody would say, is she calculated as well because of how she was playing the game in regards to Bello as well, holding the cards close to her chest as well. Who should I go to begin this?
I don't know. Is Lauren in the chat?
More than likely, but she hasn't got membership yet, so maybe she is, but not maybe to type. Go on.
I have a different view about Lauren. I don't know if this is how they're portraying her or if she's not just got enough screen time, but every time I see her, she's in this victim mode. It's Vince and her, something is happening between Vince and her. It's always something happening. And for me, there's a little bit of an element of like a woe is me mindset. I don't know what it is. And it's really like, I can see how that could be draining for people. Like, you're just engage with the guys who you like. I feel like there's always, I see where Bella is coming from. That's how I see it. I don't know if I'm wrong. Like, that's how I'm just, and maybe it could be just the screen time. And with the Vince thing, playing on his height, like, again, trying to pick on somebody and then playing the victim in an element of like, you should have been known better. I mean, that's a sensitive space for men and for, most people. Like, what you were doing. She's not comfortable. I mean, she wouldn't be, she knows that, okay, she's a tall girl. I'm sure she doesn't, not every guy is at her height level. And that is also a pain point for her. I'm sure it has been. So for her to play on Vince like that was also a bit funny, or her friends to do it. And then for her not to even empathize was a bit interesting. So I don't know. I feel like she's sweet, but there's an element of like a woe is me mindset that to me, even if I'm like, it's a bit much. I'm like, just show up, girl. be authentic. Something about her that's not really giving. I don't know what it is, but it's frustrating a little bit because it's like, just like, please me, make me happy. I'm like, girl, nobody got time.
Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely hear you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Do I go left or do I go right? Do I go up or do I go down? How do I look at it? I don't know why I say up because I'm up already. But let me go for Seaway on my left-hand side. Seaway, you there?
I'm here.
Sanka, you there? Want to know your thoughts on Lauren versus Bello, the situation, how you saw it. What did you perceive from that situation? I know you got a strong opinion on this too.
Yeah, the conversation with I felt like this was kind of what happens when you try to stand your ground or try to express yourself, but you are met with a person who is a master manipulator. I think she attempted to kind of speak on how she felt, but it was when Bello kind of responded with the gaslighting and the manipulation of it all, she just kind of fell back. And sometimes it's exhausting when you're trying to have a conversation with someone who can be manipulative or, give con artist vibes, in my opinion. And so that's really all I got from that conversation. I was hoping that she was going to kind of just say, hey, I see you got your backpack in Dominique room. I see that you're locked in with Dominique. Is that it for me and you? But I feel like we couldn't even get to that conversation, or we didn't even see that conversation because he was playing mental games. So I was like, oh, Bello's bellowing. Because somehow he turned it in, you got to play the game too. And I'm like, this man is a manipulator. Like, we couldn't even get to the conversation of it all. So you gotta be able to stand your ground. And if you can't stand your ground, leave these manipulative men, gaslighting men alone. I'd be quick to tell a man he gaslighting. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. The whole situation with Vince is a whole different subject though. So I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. But the conversation with Bello, yeah, she tried to call him out, but it didn't work. Because he flipped it and reversed it. So yeah.
Appreciate it. Elsid?
Yeah, Bello gave me a clear case of, I know the men are in charge. The men have the power. And because I have the power, you got to play my game. That's what he was giving me. It was very, very icky. From the moment he said, well, you could have called me. She's like, So Bello is seeing himself as the prize. He's seeing himself as, you got to come chase me. You got to come to me, baby girl. It was very, very condescending. Even the tone of it, how it came across. And it was like, well, if you don't play, you ain't going to get noticed. And if you ain't going to get noticed, you going to just go home. It was very icky to me. It was very, very icky. And I was like, Every week I see more and more about Bello, and every week, I'm not liking it. From the minute he told Lauren back then, I'm an open book, ask me anything, it set off all my alarm bells with Bello. And every week he's showing me more and more that he playing. Not only playing them, playing the game, playing Dom too. But that is just my thought on them. But, I don't know why. Exactly, Siwa. I don't know why we did not hear. Why are your bags in Dominique's room? Are they going to stay there? Is that where you intend to spend the night? Those are the questions we needed to hear, more so than, him, telling her she needs to chase him.
Definitely hear that. You know what I mean? Definitely hear that. I mean, if you got it, you got it. Shoot. They want to chase you, want to chase you. Jay?
Well, El said I answer your question first. Why y'all didn't hear that? Because Bello shifted the conversation before y'all could. You know what I'm saying? He made sure to shift blame and accountability to her. Therefore, she's fighting for her life instead of actually putting him on the ropes and having him come clean on why his bag's in that other lady room. We just stayed on focus. This is where I fought Lauren. She just needed to stay focused, stay on task, stay on point, stay on the conversation. Like, no, I am being my authentic self. My authentic self is telling you right now, why your bag's in that lady room? And what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Instead of falling for that okie doke, oh, be yourself. But I'm trying to be myself, but I can't be myself because you're not being you. No. Stay focused, sis. That was the only mistake you made up in that. And like Seaway said, you're going up against the master manipulator. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all go and watch his eye contact with every last one of them, I tell you every single way he was being a player in this. And this is why I'm so sparked up over here. And I've been up here smiling up here because he has piqued my dark arts side of me. And I'm just like, oh, he is good at playing in the gray area. He even does it in body language. He is an overall scammer, con artist. Y'all have to be careful. Okay, very careful when you walk amongst this creature. Yes, and I'm going to say it like that because he's a shapeshifter. He has crafted a whole scenario for each and every last one of these ladies on how he's going to shake and move. Y'all watch How to Be a Player. Go back and watch it. He is mastering all of those moves in this whole scenario right here. And I'm like, oh my God. I was wondering when we was going to get here, and I love every second of it. However, it's not good for relationships at all. Okay, we're just going to be stay focused. Not good for relationships at all because you cannot trust this man on the streets ever. He got Dominique in the chokehold. He's telling one to hold on and the other one to chase. He knows his clientele. He knows what he's up against. He is very dangerous. That's why I say beware of this creature. I'm trying to warn y'all. Don't ask me how I know.
Don't forget holding Ashley's hand and being emotional.
I'm trying to tell you the eye contact with these two ladies and the difference of eye contact to the lady he was smashing. When you smash them, you ain't got to look at them no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to look at them no more. While they trying to stare you in your eyes, you off staring everywhere else. But you're going to make sure you make direct eye contact to the two ladies you're not really invested in. He is dangerous. He is making soul connections to things he don't want. Be careful. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Warning.
I hear you. Sean?
Well, I don't know how much I have to add to what everyone has said. I would say that two things shifted the power dynamic. And anytime you have a power dynamic that's overly shifted, somebody that can't handle their power is going to act the way Bello acts. So one, the men are in power, so that immediately puts them in a offensive place because now the women are, a little bit off foot because the men are going to be deciding their fate and they're all in this compressed environment together. So you kind of watch and you see people scramble. So one, that already does something. And the other part was Lauren did herself a disservice because she also yielded her power to Bello when she sat down and she told him, hey, supermodel, right? Now, she's already letting him know that I see that you are highly coveted amongst the ladies. And I'm trying to see where I fit within your, paradigm to be chosen. And I get it. It's a hard thing to navigate, but you're already on the back foot because somebody's getting eliminated and it's a woman. Then you're going to yield to him and call him a supermodel, and you go in kind of sheepishly, like almost asking him, what should I do? And then what does he do? And I've seen guys do this. He coaches her. You know what I mean? The idea is she's coming to him like somebody that's genuinely looking for a relationship. They're going to reassure you, speak plain if they're not interested, you know, like say, hey, listen, I've enjoyed our company up to this point, but I really don't know where we stand. I like you, but I don't know if the romance is, whatever it is. Or I do like you, Lauren. I just want you to be comfortable and confident enough to be yourself, right? Whatever it is. And I think like when we've watched in the house, like whenever it gets to these like when they get to the cabin or the getaway and they're all together, most people start to lock in and we have deep conversations. I can't disagree with anything the lady said, because Bello is, if Carde is surface and a puddle, Bello is as deep as a thimble, because he's not seeing his true intentions, especially with Lauren. Like he's kind of placated Dom a little bit, but hasn't gone. There was nothing in depth about this conversation. All he did was coach her, redirect her, tell her, baby girl, pat her on her head, baby girl, be yourself. And then was low-key mean, high-key mean, when he reminded her that this is elimination time. Like, you got to step it up. Like, you don't, that's why she's already here having the conversation with you. Again, I wish she wouldn't have yielded her power, like by going with, you know, because he's going to do what he's going to do regardless. So this is just me. I'm never going to, I don't care if I'm on the back foot, I'm never going to yield my power to someone and say, oh, you're a supermodel. Like, what are we doing? And why are we doing that? And I also think, lastly, I'll end on this, and this just happens in life. I think Bello is getting access to women like Lauren and some of the other ladies. It's proximity. This is the environment he's in. Lauren is calling him a supermodel because he's got one of the baddest that really likes him. And I think sometimes as men, we benefit, like that's how we also benefit from having women around us, especially beautiful women. So it adds to our cachet when we have a beautiful woman that also likes us. And I think Lauren may be yielding herself to the allure of that, because would she really like somebody like him? Would she really like somebody that's really not pouring back into her, giving her the things that she feels she desires in a relationship? I don't know. I would hope not. So sometimes I think like that's also a lesson. Like don't look to the left and the right to see who your competition is to determine how you're going to move. Look to see like what you're getting from that actual person, and is that somebody you really want to build with?
I definitely hear you. Listen, I think it was excellently played by Bello. You know, I think, you know, this was a beautiful, beautiful movement by Bello. And, you know, he coached Lauren into a space where it's almost like, if you want to quit, you can quit, but it ain't gonna be me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you should quit, you know, but if you're gonna be here, you're gonna have to chase a little bit harder. But if you're gonna quit, I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? You got Ashanti doing a little bit much, you got Dom doing a bit much. If you're gonna stay here, you're gonna have to do a little much, you know. And so I think this was a master expertise of being able to handle what we call at that given moment a difficult employee. You know, the employee came in, was ready to say, give me my raise, and the manager said, okay, hold on a minute now. Let's talk about this. Give me my raises, I'm quitting. Like, hold on, right? And by the end of the meeting, the employee leaves the room like, wait, I just got bamboozled. I came in there to get a raise and leave, and I'm going back to work. That was why I say it was expertly played. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the employee might get the hint a little bit later on, but at that given point, you can't blame the manager at that point because they've handled it so well. And, you know, it is BS, you know, and that's why him and Dominique probably get on really, really well, right? Because they both know how to master manipulate. They both know how to handle difficult conversations. They both know how to handle difficult people, and that's what ends up happening in that moment. He just said, hey darling, you know what was even beautiful, how he sold it even more beautifully, is when he said, don't dim your light. Because what he did, he mixed truth and lies. That was so cold. That was so cold. My boy said, don't dim your light.
Not for me. please.
No, but you know, Kojo, I feel like he saw through her, and this is what you guys are referring to, and I don't feel like I expressed it well. As in the dark arts, he saw that she was so meek, and with characters like that, you kind of have to come in like strong. Like had Lauren said, "Hey, I really want to spend some time with you. Do you have like 30 minutes for us?" I feel like that conversation would have gone differently to her saying, "I don't feel like I am your number one," or "I don't feel like I am." Do you know what I mean? I feel like she should have, and this is where Dom does it. She dominates. And this is what I meant. Like she's too, it comes across as like, "Oh, woe is me." Because with people like that, you can't just, you know, you kind of have, like he went to look for Ashley and take that time away with her. And she had to chase, you know, I think she, as people are saying, she went to look for him. And I think she should have just been like, "Hey, I need time with you tonight, or I need to spend more time with you. Can we hang now?" Like rather than ask, you know, just own it. And I think that's where she's lacking a little bit with him. With a personality like that, he's gonna take over. And as you said, he's gonna crash and say all those things because he sees her dimming her light. It's true. She does do that a little bit. In his eyes, she's weak. And on the dark art stuff, that's very dangerous because then they're not, you know, they might do whatever if more inclined. I don't know, whatever. But yeah.
I also think though, guys, is that it really doesn't matter what she said. A person like Bello is only looking for a woman that he can get something from. It doesn't matter if she came in strong, weak, up or down. If he has determined that he can't get nothing from her, then he's not going to spend his time. The actual dangerous part is a person like Dominique who thinks that you can play somebody like Bello. I don't care how much of a dominatrix you think you are, how much of a siren or whatever we putting on her. It's no match for a Bello. The only reason why he's entertaining Dominique, it's not cause she's just so dominant. You like to be dominant. He must think he getting something out of it. She the queen bee on the show because she got the background on the show. Whatever it is, he wants to get something out of it. He's not gonna waste his time with women he can't get nothing from. So that just really, it is what it is. I just wanted, you know, Lauren for her sake, just to call him out on his on the cap, just personally. That was just my own personal thing. But I really don't think it make no difference. A scammer gonna scam. That's the reason why Darius is linked up with Ashley, because he think that, you know, she gonna fall for his stuff. That's how y'all notice. Have y'all noticed that none of the scammers want anything to do with Ashante? The scammers are staying away from Ashante because she don't look like she's going for it. That just is what it is. I mean, she don't look like she's impressed or going for none of it. There's a reason. There's a reason for the season. Okay? So, yeah.
Were you going to say something, Jay?
Yeah. Watch this.
Hey. See, dark arts slipping through. Dark arts is slipping.
That's what Bello said in that moment. That's what Bello said in that moment. Watch this.
Watch this. It's interesting. It is interesting. I mean, listen, he's wrong for what he's doing, but I do feel like you're right. Listen, a scammer's going to scam. It don't matter what you say. But what I do think it is an important lesson for Lauren. I think what Penny said is actually righteous. I say it righteous because it's not about Bello. It's about you. So, because he was right to call her out about being calculated, even though his motivation for doing it is wrong, he's actually right about what he said. If she comes and says, "I want to spend time with you," actually, he's now put into a 50-50. He has to have to say yes or no, right? If he says, "Oh, I'll see how it goes," you already know that person's now kind of gisting you, because it should have just been a yes or a no. You know what I'm saying to you? But with you also not kind of like saying what exactly you want, you actually then play into that's how the game works. That's why we love people like Lauren. It's not because she hasn't even got good boundaries. It's because Lauren wants to play in the gray. Because Lauren is trying to calculate and see how she can get something from you without asking. And many of us do that. We have our passive aggressive means of manipulating something to get it out. Like, oh, instead of saying, okay, maybe I want to spend time with Jay, I will be like, I'll get close to Jay and I'll sit next to Jay. And then if Jay doesn't want to spend time with me, now I'm like, oh, so Jay, you don't want to spend time with me now. Rather than just saying, actually, Jay, I'm not going to lie to you, I came to text you because I actually want to spend time with you. That puts Jay in a predicament. Now she's got to be like, okay, if I actually like him, okay, cool, I want to spend time with you. If not, then it's like, okay, you don't want to spend time with me. Okay, cool. Coach, I don't want to spend time with you. Now I know. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I think that is a lesson for Lauren. Again, the wrong motivation as to why he said it, because he ain't saying it for her benefit per se, but he has called out something correctly. Like, that's how people play the game. We play it with people who don't want to say what they actually want. Ashanti actually is quite similar, but the difference between Ashanti and Lauren is that Ashanti is very rigid. She's too skeptical. You know what I'm saying to you? And actually, I always think that people that are most skeptical, we got to be more careful, because the moment someone does slip into the net, when they break your heart, they tear that heart up, blood. Because you've literally said, no one can get past this. No one can get into my defense. So when they finally do, it's like they break you and shatter you. So, I think you're definitely right about Shanti. She's not going for it, but that's because she's overly skeptical. She didn't even go for Stephen at this point. So you know what I mean? Like, but you're right. I think, Shanti's not going for it, and that's rightly so. Bello's just bellowing.
And I do want to clarify. I think Bello actually, if there is anybody on the show that he may genuinely like, it's actually Ashante, because he's interested in breaking. It still could be for the dark arts, but he's interested in breaking down her walls and getting to know her. I think he is actually sincerely interested in Ashante, not for what she can give him, but maybe he's just interested in the allure of the mystery of her rigidness, or her not, being so quick to give in. Is that going to work out in the end if you're a scammer at the end of the day? No, but I think that's that's something. But I still think he's not playing with her, because he already knows it's not gonna, it ain't gonna go anywhere. He knows what he's doing. And Ashante ain't going for she's a little standoffish with Steven, but now we see why. I mean, because he's standoffish. You know what I mean? And so two standoffish people can't link up. Somebody got to be a little bit more vulnerable. So, yeah. I
mean, I definitely agree with you. I actually 100% agree with you. I don't think Bella's that diabolical, if I'm honest with you. Because if I'm targeting anybody, I'm going after Ashanti. If I'm targeting people, because everyone else is easier. Like, Dominique is a siren. She wants to appear that she's got control. I'll let you have control. Control me. I'm still gonna get what I want to get in the end. You know what I'm saying to you? Lauren is somebody who's just too soppy. Like, it's your it almost feels like self-esteem issues. So it's like you're gonna get conquered easy. Ashanti is giving off, I'm strong. That's the one that you have to spend the most time with. I'm surprised Bella's not going after it, but he's not diabolical.
Because it's not about being diabolical, Kojo. It's a waste of his time. Time is of the essence. I'm sure if he had all the time in the world, if he wanted to do something for kicks, I'm pretty sure that's where he would go, because that would be the challenge. That would be more interesting. But if you only got a short amount of time, which one you gonna do, Kojo?
Well, it's a bit of both, anyway. It's a bit of both, because I do hear you on the time of it all, but at the same time, it's about whatever his end goal is. And so if his end goal is actually try to break a woman, then yes, he'll go after Ashante, but his end goal is bigger than that. So of course he's going on the big fish on here, because he's going for aesthetic right now. He's going for something bigger. Like everybody keeps saying, he's going presidential at this point. He is right now a senator, but he's campaigning to be a president right now. Okay, he's at this point right now got some of the audience fooled, which is crazy to be. But the way that he set up that whole frame, talk about she calculated and all this stuff like that, like only a chess player would know a chess player. Like, quit playing with me, sir. And you just happen to be a better chess player than Lauren is. That's all. She's just starting. She's just starting her moves. Okay, she's still learning with all the pieces. You sir, been playing this game for a while. Okay, you're over here playing a whole elite chess player, which is Dom, but hey, it happens. It happens.
I just don't think Dom is as elite as people are just saying that she's elite. She actually,
I'm in comparison to the rest of the ladies. I'm not talking about worldwide. I'm talking about the rest of the ladies on the show. In comparison, she's elite.
Perhaps.
She got game. She got game. Most
I mean,
men
like
wouldn't.
she can game a Darius, but I just don't think she can game. Not a
Bella.
Darius. I'm sorry. What's his name? The
Bella.
one who got kicked off.
Oh, it's Devin.
Devin.
Well, she managed to game a couple of athletes, so
Exactly.
That's
In
not
the
hard.
NBA, no less.
Well, they be giving it out.
not wedding rings. Not wedding rings.
She's deadly, man. She's deadly. You know what I mean? Like she's deadly. So it's she knows what she's doing. She's gifted in that area, bro. She knows how to make people feel comfortable. It's a powerful skill to have. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So it's two people with dark arts who are meeting each other. Do you know what I mean? But you're right about Bello. I think he we know he's dark art and we know he's manipulating. We know he's not.
Oh, they said she gamed two athletes. Let me shut up. I didn't know it was two. One and two. Okay.
Listen, Dominic ain't let to play with, bro.
You gotta remember, she's not the youngest. She's not the youngest girl in the room, and yet she's owning this man like it's nothing. She's not the youngest girl in the room. She's not, and she wears those sheer leggings or tights that we all know. You
don't do it now.
Listen, but yet she owns these guys like nothing. So her game is on another level. There's more than just her look and her age, and she's telling this, and she's showing the girls that doesn't matter. And I think you gotta give it to her. I'm not saying you're right. She's not the most beautiful. She's probably not the she said worldwide. Like there's more beautiful girls. I mean, you're right. You're right. Ashanti is probably more physically pretty. But it's how she maneuvers. Ashanti always looks like she's annoyed or disgusted by everyone. And that's off-putting. Even in girl relationships, I mean, you'd be like, girl, are you okay? She just has this thing of everything is like a problem. And a lot of guys don't like that. And I think Dominic has understood the art of men, whether she studied it from a young age. I know some people are like that. That's their whole thing. And she's showing it. She's showing it has nothing to do with her age. It has nothing to do with the fact that she has two kids who are older. All the things that people would outdo themselves out in terms of self-esteem in women. She doesn't see it as a barrier, and she owns it, and she's still yet going for the top of the guys. Bella is probably one of the top guys there. And she's kind of got him wrapped around his finger in a way. Whether it works is another question. On the show, she's maneuvering her game plan very well. And I think that's what we're referring to. I don't know, when Bella spoke to Ashanti, I don't know if that conversation was genuine, where he started to talk about he used to do art. I think this is where he's also being manipulative, because she's going to become a therapist to him. And I hope she doesn't fall into that trap, that she doesn't become the woman that he tells all his problems to, but he's not really physically attracted to. And that's where he's placing her. When you guys said he's known which woman to do what with, right? And it's just, what role do you want to be in his life? Ashanti might be the girl that he just tells all his problems with, comes home, gives babies, but is not really into every day, taking out on dates and showing around, being a trophy. This guy's you're right. Bella's an interesting guy. He probably have multiple wives, and he's going to use his religion to have multiple people. And that's why he doesn't care about converting, because in their religion, how far are we going, honey? What time is it? Is this private? They can have more than one wife, right? And they can convert as a man. You don't have to, the woman doesn't have to be Muslim for them to marry you. So it's not a problem to him. And that's why he was comfortable to tell her that my kids will have to follow the religion. And that's him making sure that she understands that. But if your kids are following that means you as a woman have to comply with the day-to-day stuff without him saying it. So, and he's going to have other women in there. I just think Bella is an interesting character. You just know what you're stepping into with him.
The bar is in hell. Is this where the bar is at?
Well, we're gonna tell you the bar's in hell already.
The bar is hell. The fact that these women even have to even have this conversation. I mean, they say Carde got some funds, but that man don't know the definition of what did you learn. So, child.
All right, let's move
Throw
on
him
to the
away.
next scene.
Throw him immediately away.
Let's move into the next scene. I love that, man. We're still on. Well, I don't know if you finished your Bello and thingy, because Bello did have a conversation with Dominique. If you have any other thoughts, you can say it. If not, I'll move on. But I'll still play a little bit of the clips so you can be reminded of what happened.
You seem always to be very sure. I'm very attracted to that.
I feel like the more time I'm spending with Dominique, the more, the other ladies are starting to fall back. We've been consistent. The chemistry is amazing. The conversation is amazing. And it feels familiar. Let's go.
Oh, that felt good. I ain't gonna lie. You don't like the heat?
No, I love
You
the
was
heat.
feeling the heat.
I love the heat.
Any other thoughts on this? If not, I will move it on. I just want
Let's
to explain the
move
clip to
on.
you, actually.
Let's
We'll move on. Any other thoughts, guys? Roll on.
What's
Okay,
this?
fine.
What's thoughts on this? Where are we at? Sorry.
Bello and
It's a lot of sexual chemistry, I think. I don't know about you guys, but I think there's a lot of sexual chemistry. And I don't know if after they bang, whether they're gonna be, you know what I mean? If the thing is done, the deed is done. I don't know if there's anything more to it, but they will have great sex, that's for sure.
And sometimes that's all you're gonna get out of a situation. Look, taking my Christianity aside, okay. Sometimes the situation, yeah, I can do that. Sometimes sex is all you're gonna get out of that situation. That's all that situation is bringing to you. You know what I mean? Now, whether that's what you should be doing, that's another whole conversation. But the reality is, some people you just have a great sexual chemistry with, and it should not be confused with actual relationship chemistry. You know what I mean? So, like, if you guys are gonna be honest about what you're doing, you don't have to waste each other's time. You know, I mean, you should be doing it anyway, but I'm just saying, some people are just locked in like that. You get what I'm saying? Don't confuse it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, because I was missing some stuff there, because I was missing some chemistry on one side. It was chemistry fuming off of one person for sure, but I was missing chemistry from the other side, because the other side was staring off a dead stare at that. Into the distance. It wasn't that awkward stare that when I look at you, I feel some type of way. I get giddy, so I can't look at you too much or whatever. It was this, I'm just sitting through this.
That's the stare of plotting.
Yeah.
I'ma take what you give me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this person is literally trying to make eye contact with you. And not one time. I waited through all of the editing for them to edit him looking over to her. Then I had to purposely watch his interactions with the other ladies. And he was just like, so oh my God, tell me more. Oh my God. He gave so much eyes to the other ladies. And I just didn't understand how Dominique didn't read that she didn't see any of his eyes that night.
All my life been whatever it's about. I don't know.
She even had to grab his hand on the way in.
How are y'all catching all these details? Y'all are way more detail oriented than me.
Wait, you gotta be locked in.
I don't even care that much to catch these details.
You gotta be locked in, baby, because these details are important. You gotta be locked in. Baby.
I start fast forwarding through that scene. I felt like I was watching a telenovela. I did not care.
They even shared a glass together. They shared the same drink.
That felt like a scene out of Young and the Restless, and I don't know. I wasn't interested. So yeah, that's probably my fault. I fast forwarded.
No, don't worry, baby. We got you. We got you. You got to look deep with it. And you know what's interesting is that you guys are saying that because the first kiss they ever had, when you kiss someone, you're supposed to enjoy that moment. That brother was like, and I said, oh, damn.
The fact he kept screaming, and I'm editing the shady. They highlighted a couple of times that he don't do PDA.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
She leaning over into his chair all the way. I mean, now she's chasing him.
Okay. I'm gonna move on to Carde yet.
All right.
The game is a game. All right.
And that's who had me weak.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Carde because that is the next scene. So
This is our favorite scene. I didn't skip through this one.
You didn't put us on 1.5 speed?
No, why she turned it down to 0.5 speed? She slow mo.
She slowed it down. She's like, oh damn. This is my favorite. Okay, I hear you. So yeah, before anyone goes, we're at 650 people in the room. Shout out to you guys who are watching the live. So we start 2026 with a bang. So we appreciate you guys and thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to continue the conversation. We're talking about Bella. Well, we're talking about Carde. I call him Carde, but it's Carde. Sorry, Carde and his little mini crash out. I say mini. It was more like a speech. I call it the Lord Farquaad speech that he had, and you know, he wanted to share his piece of deepness with the group.
Getting to know people for who they are.
That's real.
That was good. Who next?
I'll jump in.
All right, Carde, let's go.
This is what I learned. This process is not definitely easy. Your best attributes, the things that make you you, that you believe that are going to make you super valuable, everybody isn't going to appreciate it. All of your connections may not appreciate it. People are going to view you to be however, you know, in their particular mind. But if our mind is so focused on what we feel that we want, we may miss it. We may miss the boat.
But what did you learn?
Yeah, what did you learn? Because you say in a speech, we go to church.
I'm saying this is what I learned.
What did you learn about yourself?
No, this is what I'm telling you.
That's why we call you shallow. Because it's like we're not getting you. We want to know how is it with you.
But that relates 100% to myself.
You got to listen to what they're saying, man. You got to listen. These are the people that we're trying to have a connection with.
Yeah.
You can't go on the defensive.
I'm not going on the defensive. But I'm just saying, like, I feel that I am not totally understood as to how deep I am when a can swim.
You can feel how you feel. There ain't nothing wrong with how you feel, Carde. Okay, he's absolutely right to feel how he feel. It's just he chose the wrong moment to tell us how he felt. It was about your self-awareness. But that's my thoughts. What do you gather from this situation? I'm gonna go straight to Seaway because Seaway says she done slowed it down. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. Someone else want to say something?
Jake can go.
Oh, sorry. No, I don't want to go Seaway. You can go, but I just want, in the meantime, while Seaway is going, can you find where they actually asked the question? Because I need a clarification on that right there.
Okay.
Wait, you could go back. Didn't they say what did you learn?
It was at the beginning. What did you learn?
No. I need the very first person that asked the question to start the whole thing, because that's in the middle.
I got you. Oh, here it is. I got you.
Well, let's dig in.
Yeah.
Let's eat.
I'm gonna need one of them biscuits too, so.
Jeff, honey turns up.
Butter biscuits.
I got a serious question.
Oh, God.
So, out of curiosity, what is something new that you learned about yourselves actually going through this process?
Great question.
That I'm a prude, apparently.
You're prude? Break it down.
Apparently. Because I will hear like the other ladies talk about like the conversations they've had with people and the way they've opened up, and I'm always behind. I'm like, dang, what are y'all doing that I'm not?
You might have been moved a little slower with it, but you're right on time.
Yeah,
You're right on time.
Who next? What I've learned about myself is that I definitely prejudge way more than I thought. So I'm definitely going to be more open to getting to know people for who they are.
That's real.
That was good. Who next?
I'll jump in.
All right, Carde, let's go.
So yeah, it was about what did they learn? By the way, Darius is a mean chef out here, boy. He is cooking up a storm in there. You know what? Shoot, they need to be careful. Don't know what kind of meats he's using. Pause. But anyway,
giving up the dark arts, my aim.
I don't know why I'm saying pause. The Holy Spirit knows what my heart was saying. It definitely wasn't that.
The Holy Spirit is not involved in this.
I don't know why I said pause. Shoot. Anyway, Siri, go for it.
Cartier said, y'all some bald-headed hoes. Y'all don't appreciate my greatness. Y'all wouldn't know that I'm deep because I'm too deep for y'all to understand. He said the biggest thing that he learned is that y'all ain't ready for him. And then they said, no, what did you learn? And he said, that's what I learned, that y'all ain't ready. Y'all can't appreciate my greatness. what I'm bringing to the table, and y'all behind, and y'all need to catch up. And that's what he said. And then when Vince come in trying to regulate, and he said, "No, don't regulate me. I said what I said, and I meant what I meant." Man. Well, what I will say is that Cartier, I don't know, they say he living on some acres out there in Detroit. He got some funds to him. I don't know if he has never been forced to, do some self-evaluation, or perhaps this process is stretching him beyond what he has, where he's been stretched before. All I know is that man was sweating at that table. He was stressed, and he wanted y'all to know that y'all some bald-headed hoes who ain't ready for him. And that had me weak.
Yo, all I can hear is that song when he said that. Ball head. I'm so sure, but yeah. But
He said, "What did you learn?" He said, "That's what I learned." Dang.
It's learn about yourself, not about the other people.
Well, he said, "That's all I got."
You asking for too much. Basically, that's exactly what he said. He was like, yeah, how deep you want to get? That's as deep as I've gotten. And he was confused as to why people were asking for too. He felt like that was too much.
But is the irony not lost on y'all that Ashley want Cartier to be deep and keep calling that man shallow, and she likes Darius?
Wow.
He should have come back with that.
I
He got
mean,
some depth on him. He got scammer depth, and that's a different type of deep.
he don't be saying nothing. What he tell Ashante, "You late, but you right on time." He thinks he's Dr. Seuss. He don't be talking about nothing.
It did sound deep though when he said it though. He said,
It
"No, you
did
right
sound
on time."
good. It did sound good.
It did sound good, but the voice too. I said I can't even do the voice, but it did sound good. I know he was chatting nonsense, but it sounded good. That's why he
Darius.
Yeah,
That's that pimp speak. That's that pimp speak.
It was sweet though.
That's because that's how pimps talk. It's supposed to be enticing. They're street intellectuals, They're not stupid.
I do think though, the way everybody was looking at Cardi like he's going crazy, but the way that Ashley said, "That's why we call you shallow," you only get that kind of compliment when a woman thinks the worst of you. Like she doesn't find you attractive or you're annoying or something. There's some, like, do you know what I mean? Like if she had liked him in any kind of shape or form, should have said, "Look, babe, this is what we're trying to tell you." Should have changed the way. But when she said, "This is why we call you shallow," it's given, "I don't like you." You know what I mean? That's what was given. Like, "I don't like you" energy, because she didn't even try to say it nicely. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's fatty and had a bit of wine. But also, would you say, considering your skill set now, Kojo, would you say Cardi is probably a bit more emotionally unavailable? Like, because I do believe that he believed he gave his best. Like see where he said, like, he really was like, no. Even when Vince was correcting him, he felt insulted. He's like, "What are you talking about?" So do you reckon he's just like, this is his emotional level? Like at this point in his life, he was like, "Yeah, I'm going deep. Like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to tell you guys how I feel about the situation."
He tried. That's all I can say. He tried, and he tried his best. He genuinely meant it. Yes, Sean, go for it.
I was gonna say, I mean, there's a couple of things happening here. One, accountability was chasing him, and he was outrunning it, because it's like, how many different times, how many different ways are people asking you questions, and you are just not even, you're just running away from the very most obvious answer to the question, which is, what did you learn? Not how do you feel you weren't received by everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he's still butthurt because he was at the bottom, and he feels like people aren't getting him. Although what I would say where I agree with him is, I think they're using the wrong word. I don't think shallow is the right word to describe him. Shallow is Darius. That's what shallow looks like. I think Cardi is a little socially awkward, because we saw on that little hoverboard when he cupped that woman's butt unnecessarily, but even in a weird way. Like, if you was trying to cop a feel, that's kind of not the way you would do it. But either way, I think he's the little socially awkward. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, what they're getting is his inability to be vulnerable. I don't think that makes him shallow. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes we use words and we just throw them on people, and it's not really what we're trying to say. Because even how everybody's describing him, that's what we're saying. That's not shallow. What he was even doing at the dinner table, he was avoiding accountability, not understanding, not self-reflecting, not self-assessing. That's not shallow. He was feeling misunderstood. And I know you tried to put the spectrum on Vince, but often people that are in some level of spectrum feel misunderstood. And I think that's where Carde was. And that's why he kept trying to explain himself. And even when Vince stepped in to help him not be defensive, he was like, I'm not being defensive. You know, it's because he felt like nobody is understanding me. Y'all don't get me. Y'all not understanding what I'm trying to do. But what you will see is when he was in his element on that hoverboard by himself, he was like smooth sailing. When it came to showing, I think it was it Ashley or Ashante? I think Ashley, who he was showing. He couldn't, it took him a while to get there. And that to me shows whatever it is, it could be a spectrum or it could be socially awkward, all things together. I think he's feeling misunderstood, and that's why he's lashing out at people. And there he's not making these connections, and you're also in a compressed environment. And that's my summation.
And Sean, you just hit on something. I want to add to your point. I also notice that with women especially, but with men sometimes, when your social cues don't add up with the way people think you look, or the way that you, like, if you look handsome or people feel like you should act a certain way. I don't think he acts the way people perceive him, and that's also frustrating them. I think if he just looked quirky, if he wasn't handsome, if he wasn't tall, and he act that way, I feel like people would just let him be. But he's not adding up to the way he looks. Because when he was at the table, I'm joking, but he looked like he was about to cry. He looked very frustrated, and I think Sean is saying it without saying it. I think Carde is at his capacity, and people are trying to push him past his capacity, and it's frustrating them, and it's frustrating him. And so he gonna have to find love with somebody who's able to meet him where he at.
Well, I was gonna add on to Sean, but I'm gonna add on to you too, Stan Seaway, because then we gotta put that in the perspective of, I'm literally at the table, and maybe I misheard the question. That's why I went back and asked y'all what the question is, because I felt it might have changed throughout the night. But I'm speaking as Carde at the table. I might have misheard the question. So now I'm speaking on my feelings, because what I'm still harboring on is what I was told before. And I'm still feeling some type of way, and I ain't been able to get that off or whatever. So I'm not hearing what the question actually is. I'm just finding the opportunity to share how I feel. And then out of the woodworks, everybody starts actually attacking me and saying, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is that shallow. That energy right there is going to make me escalate even more in this moment. And that's what you are actually seeing, is a person that is escalated in this moment. And is it emotionally stable? No. Is it emotionally regulated? No. But when I'm trying to get my feelings off, and the first thing you want to tell me is, this is what I'm talking about. This is how it is. Instead of saying, you know what, I hear you, but that's not what the question was. The question was, what did you learn? Not how did it make you feel? So sometimes that could put you in a space where now I'm at defense. I got you coming at me, you coming at me, you coming at me, now him coming at me. I'm at defense mode at this point right now and stuff. Elle said, you can make the face all you want. Emotionally unregulated people is going to sit there. And they're going to sit there and look crazy. They're going to sit there and feel like they're being attacked at this moment. So it's just like, I'm not going to sit here and put too much on him and stuff, because I do feel like he is at a little disadvantage when it comes to being around social people in a social setting. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Carde experience is not in this environment for everybody. It's a one-on-one experience. Like Sean pointed out, he was good on a one-on-one setting, even though he still had a bit of an awkward moment there. But when I got too many one-on-ones, and like I said before, we've had a lot of group dates. So they ain't even really getting one-on-ones. He's getting to have to deal with this personality, that, this, and all this at the same time. And everybody's telling me I'm not deep and I don't understand, I'm shallow and stuff like that. And if I take shallow for the word it is, it's like, I'm not shallow. What do you mean? I'm not out here being like some other people up in here. So it's just like, I don't know. Baby boy wasn't gonna win this battle at all. Expressing his feelings, he just needed to just step back, chill out, or whatever, and say, "Y'all, you know, fuck it, y'all." Oops, excuse my French. Y'all don't get me, and that's it, you know. But like y'all said, he up here about to cry, and sorry for that man.
I just thought he was intoxicated. I mean, the fact that he went like, how could you say I'm not deep? I know how to swim. I could save somebody. I was like, somebody need to cut him off. Bartender, cut Carde off.
Oh, nice. You saying he a toxic intoxicator?
Yes. When he I'm like, really? Did he really say that in that order? And then it's like, no, I'm not talking in metaphors. I am a metaphor. Wait. Could we put the cork back on the wine bottle? Please. It was too much for me. I said, no, Carde is at the head of the table. He's doing all this. And I'm like, is somebody. What?
That was deep, El said. He was trying to be a double entendre.
And I can swim. And I can swim and I can save somebody. I was like,
the deep end or the shallow end, it don't matter.
I was like, you know, people say, y'all saying editing. What I was shaking my head was I was not taking it to the intellectual level. Y'all were taking it. I was taking it deep into the cup. I said, who was mixing the drinks tonight? Because Carde wasn't passing the bottle around. I'm sorry. The way he was putting things together.
How does that explain the fact that people been saying he's not deep and he ain't evaluated for a minute?
If he's intoxicated, he ain't even understanding the daggone question.
He's saying he the town drunk then, because he got to be drunk
every time he come out.
Not every time he comes out, but at this situation right here, I'm thinking Carde ain't anybody there that Carde really interested in, you know, other than remember he's interested in Dom, but everybody else no. But when everybody's like, you're not getting deep, you're not answering the question, it's like, whoa, why y'all in my business? And even the way he's speaking in this moment, I felt it was intoxication, possibly.
Well, you know what they say, you know, the liquor brings out your true feelings. It's not really going to make you be somebody that you're not. It might exacerbate who you are, but you don't become a totally different person. So he's still present. He's still there. It's just more exaggerated.
You know, when people be saying you're not deep, I'd be like, are you asking me deep questions? Or are you asking me surface level questions and you want me to have a whole dissertation on it? You know what I'm saying? Why my color is my favorite color. Like, leave me alone.
Well, that's why I think Sean summed it up perfectly. He summed it up perfectly. The fact of the matter is people who are not deep on that show are Ashley, Mr. Peta. You know, those are people who are not deep. Which is ironic because she's the one who's saying he's not deep. The irony is not lost on me. Those are people who just do not appear to be deep at all. She happy about a dead fox from freaking Temu. So she really cannot be talking about who's deep or not. Never, ever, ever. Okay? That is the pot calling, the kettle. I'll never get over that. The Temu, Peta Fox, Chihuahua.
That's her name, remember, and her business. She has a business with. And
she thought she ate that up with that response. That does not help. But what I really believe is that Carde just, you know, he just is different. He's a different individual. And somebody said in the comments, deep looks different for him. Bless his soul. So I think that's just what it is.
He had his hands deep in her cheeks when she was on that unicycle, whatever that thing was. That little hoverboard.
He grabbed some cheeks and Didi. You know, I definitely hear all different points. I'm not even going to disagree that. I think could be anything at the 1, 2, 3, or 4. And so I agree with you guys. I think with Carde, I just think that it was the wrong timing though. I just think it was timing really, because that comment actually would have made sense in a different setting. And I think he is misunderstood. But you know, sometimes some people will say, I'm always being misunderstood. Well, stop misunderstanding the question. Because the question was simple. The question was, what did you learn? And you flip, instead of taking the ownership of saying, because everyone was answering saying, you know what, I realized I fell short at this point, and this is something I need to work on. The room was following that trend. and he wanted to buck the trend to tell everybody else how they ain't seeing him for who he really is. And it's like, you've missed the trend. So yeah, you're right. It could be a spectrum thing. I don't know if it is. It could be one of those things where someone's socially awkward, they don't recognize certain things. But you know, he just needed to kind of just look at it a different way and be like, you know what, I recognize I ain't do, and now I do, and moved on, and would have never had a situation. But you're right. I think he was still hot off the back of being at the bottom, you know, and that probably was still burning him. He said, I'm gonna burn the place down. Yep. Since y'all gonna put me up in this hot seat, I'm gonna burn it all down. Put a match, lit it all up, you know. But hey, different strokes for different folks. Okay, cool. Any other thoughts on this before I move it again? Okay, cool. So we're gonna move it to you know, to Lauren and to Vince's conversation. This will be the last of the night because we're coming up to our 3-hour mark, and time has bypassed us, and we appreciate that. This is the conversation here. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. We are almost 650 people in the room, so thank you very much for joining us. It's been a powerful conversation, I'll say. Okay, and we're going to be discussing Lauren and discussing Vince in this aspect as well. Shout out to those of you who are members as well. We appreciate you who are chatting away in the chat. If you're not a member, you can join the membership. It's actually pinned up in the chat as well. It's £1, it's $1. I've made it cheap so you don't come and say I'm trying to rinse y'all for all your money and a crook and a villain. Okay, all right, we appreciate you. Shout out to Practitioner. She said yes, called double empathy, 2 different worldviews. Happy New Year. Always appreciate you, sis. Thank you for dropping your wisdom as always. It's always appreciated as well. And you know, because you've sent a $4.99, I gotta play a little clip, you know what I mean, for you as well. Okay, all right. Any excuse to play that thing, I will. I promise you. All right, let's get back into this conversation, the last one of the night. So make sure you're sending in your comments in the chat. Let's get deep.
Knowing that one of the women will be eliminated, the stakes are high now. So I hope we can have some type of resolution. I was very excited for you to meet my friends, and I just hate that it went so left. And I just wanted to make sure that we at least had some type of like communication and not just act like that didn't happen.
I thought that we were past the conversation because I just answered a question and I wasn't trying to be mean or smart. I really wanted to know. That was my real question. She said it's not in my business.
Your height, that's such a surface level question. Like in my mind, I would never go deep. Like, what would be the reason? And why does she? It's just a simple. Oh, I'm 6 feet.
It's not deep when I answer it and we move on. But when I answer it and then there's more behind it, now I'm not understanding why are we even still here.
I don't think that part of the conversation should have had that much weight.
So when they asked me the question and I answered it, do you think that should have been it?
Not if they didn't want it to be.
So they can do that. They can go on and on. But when I do it, but listen.
My issue is with you.
All righty. So Vince, Lauren, you know, I want to know who's right, who's wrong, who you supported in that. Shout out to April as well. She said, I love y'all so much. All my faves. Thank you very much, April. Love 360. 2026 is about to be a great year as well, because all of us have got jobs. I tell you, the last few years has been tight for me, bro. I felt broke for the last few years. I've not been able to leave my house. So this year, I'm looking to get money because I felt like a brokey. Yes. What's our thoughts, guys? What is our thoughts on this scenario?
I'll go so I can move on.
Oh, okay. Go on, Seaway, and then Penny after.
Oh, so, Lauren, if you in here, why did you make me have to side with a man that makes my stomach hurt and my butt itch? Literally, like, and then I had to side with Vince. Oh my God. I did not want to do that. But the more that he talked, the more sense that he made. And I was just getting so mad because I was like, dang. At the end of the day, just like we don't want no man asking what size your back is as a woman if you really weigh 160 or 190, whether you got a size 7 or a size 9, whether you got 2 rolls or 4, none of that would be appropriate for a man to be debating, you know. And unfortunately for the men, their height is very sensitive. I definitely feel like if it was just one question, you know, Vince, is you 5'11" or you 6'2"? And he said, I'm 6'2", what's up? They were like, oh, okay. And we would have moved on. It would have been a key. I would have left it alone. The part where Vince has a point is that they pushed it and they were looking like they were trying to sun him, you know, and take a dig. Now, as a man who's trying to make a good impression on a woman, on your girl or potential girl's friends, could he have dropped it? Yes, but he also ain't a drop in the conversation type of dude. So, you know, I do understand what she's saying. If you're a man, if you supposed to be looking to be my man and make a good impression, you should be the one to take the high road. I get that. But at the end of the day, you know, you do have to also take accountability for your friends being messy and also tanking the conversation because they were being messy as well. And when it comes to her confronting him in the cabin, I don't know why she necessarily did that on an elimination, because that conversation didn't go well. And strategically, if we're talking about strategy here, I just don't think that was the smartest thing. But her friends did way too much. And unfortunately, I feel like they kind of affected, you know, her relationship and how they went because they did too much. And sometimes you have to take accountability for your friends. And two things can be true at the same time. Your friends did too much, and he also is still argumentative. But in this point, you know, this time he had a point. So, dig.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add to that. I think it's true. I mean, she picked the wrong guy to ask the question to, because he was waiting for this moment his whole life, you know. And I think he played it to Uno reverse, like you said. What was the intention of that? And that was a very valid question. Where were you guys going with that question? And I mean, we all want to know, because it did feel like they had a discussion prior. Lauren either spoke about his height prior or something along the lines. And I hate it for her, because for me, she's now come out looking like a villain in the story. And she's a tall girl. And I'm sure she got bullied for her height, but she looked like she was bullying this time. And that's never a great place, you know. I would have expected her. I think she doesn't like Vince, and I don't know why she keeps bringing him up. He already called her B. Why is he still an option to you? And then if you liked him, you would have been like, girls, come on, take it easy, or, you know, laughed at her like, girl, you don't even. She doesn't like him. She sat there, and then on top of that, she doubled down when she asked him. She really doesn't like him. She really wanted to make him, I don't know what she's hoping she's gonna get out of Vince, whether she's hoping to get revenge or she's resentful of how he treated her and then she wants to get her lick back in some way. But it's showing, and it's making her look very ugly, and I don't think that's who she is as a person, but it's coming across really nasty. And funny enough, he's coming out looking like a good guy, and obviously we all know he loves a good chat. He's a chatty patty as a partner, and that's troublesome. But yeah, no, I think he was smart enough to ask the intention of that question, and I think, you know, we shouldn't. He was right in that moment, unfortunately.
Good points. Sid, who's right or wrong?
It depends on what we're looking at, because Lauren, you're wrong for one. Why are we having this conversation? We already had one with Bello, and the women are about to be eliminated. So either you're going to pack your bags on your own, or you're going to force them to put you out. I'm sorry, you're going to be on the bottom. But also, it's giving, I cannot chastise my friends. My friends can do no wrong. It's giving, I can't see that my friends also had, you know, some behavior patterns that weren't very welcoming. It's giving my friends a confusing too, because they still chose Vince as debating and argumentative and so forth. it's still the friends still chose him. I don't care why, they still said he's the top. And then the other thing I really didn't like was at the women's lounge, and maybe we don't see a whole lot of it, but we always talk about this word. It is usually used with the ladies, and we don't like it. And I'm going to say I don't like it when it's used against the men too. The aggressive word. She didn't say it. I mean, in the clips we saw, we did not see Vince be aggressive at all. But is that intentional for production? I don't know. But this really was, why are you again trying to sun or chastise him when we are all saying, hey, your friends are doing a lot. If it's not, you're telling him, well, if it wasn't such a big deal, you didn't have to make it such a big deal out of it, is the same conversation for the friends. If it wasn't such a big deal, why we got to ask for your doctor's note? Why we got to ask if the doctor actually said that you were this height? If it wasn't such a big deal. So it shouldn't be a big deal for him, but it could be a big deal for your friends. It's given double standard. It's given that, you know, you are man, you're going to be wrong, and you got to take this L because I told you got to take this L, and the L you're taking ain't Lauren. I mean, it's giving me a little too much. The friends really did way too much, but even in the doing too much and pushing his buttons, they still chose him. So make it make sense. Why are you coming at the man that your friends chose for you? I just don't understand it. You know, I just don't. But
and wasn't he taller than her in the video when she was walking to sit down with him? Or they were like around the same height, or she was.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's a discussion because she knows that he's tall enough. I think compared to the other guys, he seemed like he's the tallest one. So
I was looking because I was curious, and he looked like he was about an inch taller than her. He looked about 6. He looked about.
You didn't ask that about Bello. You didn't ask that to Steven.
But you're letting your friends clown a man that you're interested in dating. How is that supposed to make the man feel welcome into the friend group either? But then again, you know, it ain't my friend group.
Elsie, you're married? Is that why you're married?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you need to say, girl.
Wait, what I missed?
What? That ain't no passport.
Yes, okay. Maybe that's the reason she's not married. Her friends are holding her back. I think there's a problem there.
Okay.
We got to ask if the friends are married too.
Well, maybe the friends don't want to be married. Who knows?
Well, that's one thing they're gonna tell us in that comments. They're gonna tell one of us we ain't married in the comments. I get that all the time.
Those
They always tell the married ones that they ain't married.
They always tell the married ones that we ain't married.
Y'all need to start acting married.
I guess
you know.
So.
Act like you belong to somebody.
Yeah.
Ooh, I heard that tone, Sean. I heard that.
They be typing hard in the comments. That's why she ain't got no man. Ain't gonna never get no man. That's why ain't nobody chose her. Oh,
that's right. We gotta pick a comment to highlight. Speaking of which,
I need to find that one.
I missed that last week.
That was a couple of lives ago. She ain't got no man. Ain't gonna get one. Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm of a couple of minds when it comes to this whole Vince debate. I definitely am going to start by saying I see his point. But I also understand like dynamics. And I don't think every single time something happens, the answer is, well, if a man did it, because men and women are different and men and women move in very different ways. And if we wanted to do everything women would do, then we could be women. You know what I mean? Like, we're different for a reason, and men and women operate in different spheres. I think if I were Vince, I would have just answered the question if I'm 6'2" and realized they were heckling me, or like been like, what y'all trying to say? I don't look 6'2" to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it without like, well, what you asking me for? Me personally, I think there's a couple of different ways to skin a cat. That's what I grew up. You know what I mean? So yes, is Vince within his rights to be defensive and to go back and forth with them? Sure. If you are looking to, if there's a woman that I like and her friends, and I've been in this scenario too before, where her friends might be like, you know, giving me a couple jabs or like trying to see what I'm made of, I'm not going to let you win in that capacity. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you, because that's also a sign of how you're going to act in a relationship. Is the minute somebody triggers you, you go for the trigger. I try to avoid that. Just because every time somebody pisses you off and you might be right, doesn't mean, what the hell? I guess Abby either disagrees or she thinks I'm lying. But because she never barks, like never. So
because she know you gonna go back and forth. She don't know what
going back and forth right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about. It's Lauren in the chat.
All that to say is, if I really like somebody, you know, I will not be going back and forth with their friends. Now, if they're going crazy and getting disrespectful, it's going to come to a point, right? But in the early stages when we're just meeting, no, that's not what I'm going to do. Now, again, is he within his rights? Sure. Vince can do whatever he wants to do. I just personally would have not, it wouldn't have been my choice. And then add the caveat that I've already done some things where I need to kind of dig my way out of the doggy house, like calling her a tall B. Yeah, I might not choose this hill to die on. And I think Vince could have chosen a different hill and then had the conversation with Lauren afterwards, like, hey, you know, I'm not sure what your friends meant by that, but I just prefer that they not jab at me going forward.
I think everybody right, everybody wrong.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. And I'm gonna say like this: in this particular setting, and with this question being asked in this moment, Vince got the upper hand. However, in the grand scheme of things, like Sean said, he could have handled himself a little bit better with the friends. I'm not gonna put it all on him because the friends was doing too much. They could have chilled out too. Everybody could have read the room in that moment and seeing that something ain't right. Lauren, if those are your friends, of course you the mediator in the whole situation. You know your friends. You know this man, kinda. You know what I'm saying? But you do know your friends. So if you feel like your friends are joking, you could just easily be like, all right, girl, you know, he ain't getting it. He ain't getting the joke, child. Don't worry about it. Let it go. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Ha, we had our kiki, whatever. You didn't do that. That moment, Vince could have sat there and read the room, tried to see if it was a joke. Sometimes people joke with a straight face. I joke with a straight face sometimes. Y'all might not know I'm joking or not unless you know me. So I don't know how he was reading their body language, how they were coming off or whatever. He could have probably took it some type of way where he didn't feel like it was a joke. Especially if you keep saying the same stuff over and over and I keep answering you the same way over and over. Please stop asking me that question. I'll be so irritated too. I don't like repeating myself. So why you keep making me? You know what I'm saying? So I feel him on that part. At the same time, like I say, the friends, if you see the man starting to get irate about the thing, just drop it, move on. But they didn't. So to me, it felt like there was some conversation that was had prior and they was going to try to get a little get back with Vince about whatever what he had done to their friend or whatever. And they took that moment to do it. Also do feel like maybe they was trying to do a little setup for the TV because Vince already has a track record of arguing with women. So we see not too much on the men, but he definitely has a track record of arguing with the women. So maybe it was supposed to be a little intentional setup. Could be. I don't know. You know, but it looked a little sus to me why it kept going on and on. But for you to sit here and be like, you don't feel like your friends did anything wrong, but Heath did everything wrong, you sound crazy, lady. I'm sorry. Love you a lot. You know what I'm saying? You my girl. Love tall women. We got to stick together. Light-skinned women, we got to stick together. They be trying to hate on us all day. Okay, girl? I see you. We see each other. However, in that moment, okay, I won't do too much because I'm in defense of Doechii right now against that white man, so I'm gonna leave it alone, okay? But
don't be Carde.
No. I'm definitely not about to be a Carde and stuff. I love my black sisters and stuff like that. My dark-skinned sisters, all my melanated sisters, period. All right. However,
I'll say when they get in the comments and call you a colorist.
You know they will, you know what I'm saying? Just not even knowing my background. They love it. All right, but it is what it is. You know, I am a colorist. I love dark-skinned women. However, Lauren says you was wrong. You was wrong because you was supposed to be hearing that man out, and you attacked that man in that moment. All right. You really did go off. And so I'm not mad at him for defending himself. And he was actually right as he continued to defend himself. So I'm like with Seaway, you're making me defend Vince is really wild. I'm not happy about it. She did say she took the L on this one in the chat earlier. So I'm not going to hold her too tight. She's taking accountability that she could have did better in that situation.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. So I'm also going to send out a prayer to her because she took 2 L's in the same night. Lord Jesus, child, you was fighting for your life out there. Lord Jesus. They had her on the ropes. My God.
And then they went from not even showing Lauren to having Lauren taking all these L's in one episode. How we even get there?
Hope she didn't unpack all her bags.
Oh,
came right through the guard. Just taking the Jake Paul.
Vince is just not nobody to play with. That at the end of the day, there's a lot of people, like Sean said, who would have took the jokes on the chin, would have took the height stuff on the chin. Vince is not him. So that just was never going to work. That man ain't never seen a fight he don't like. He ain't never seen an argument he want to back down from. He just ain't he like every fight looks good to him. Okay?
He chose the wrong person. He looks like he's in the comments fighting every day.
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna fight every day. All his life he had to fight.
You.
He's not the right person for that.
Y'all know I love comedians, and I be working on my little thing for this little thing I got for comedians. But there is different type of comedians. You have the Dave Chappelle type comedians. You have your Chris Rock comedians, and I like to say you have your Joe Torre type comedians who don't really tell jokes, but like to talk about people in the crowd, but are very sensitive at the same time. So as much as they keep saying that Vince is a jokester and he supposedly claim as he's tell jokes and all this, he's one of them people that he could tell the joke, but if you say something back, he gonna be in his feelings. He'd be ready to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Everything is personal. So
he'll follow you to the room when you said, I just want a minute. He'll follow you. What do you mean you want a minute?
No. He's the last word person. He'll get the last word.
Yeah, no, yeah. Those type of artists, it's hard. It's hard on them.
So let's just in 2026, let's leave these men and they height alone.
Mm-hmm. Heightism, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's
Sure.
enough going on. We already got women on Pop the Balloon 5'1" talking about you ain't 6 feet, I'm on pop. So there's too much going on. Okay.
Isms are a lot.
Short kings need love too.
They do, but they're still kings and we appreciate them. Well, I don't date them, so it's not my business. Listen, the show has come to an end. For those of you in the chat, I know, I opened the doors at the end, like how they do a show and they open the doors at the very end so you can catch a glimpse, so you guys can comment again. I see a few of you snuck in and started commenting as you did, you know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys joining us as well for those conversations. I just want to just say one thing.
Good evening, this is LBB91 Network. Our top story tonight,
and TUT.
Wait, hold on, why haven't you joined the membership yet?
When did you make that?
I joined that membership.
I thought it was Tyler Perry.
Don't blame me. AI is on mine. Me and AI.
Tyler Perry when he first heard, I said, "What the
heck is that?" Now you can go ahead and make my intro since you making stuff. Make my intro.
Yeah, let me know. I'll put it in ChatGPT for you.
Right, yeah, do something.
Forget dark arts. He's in the AI arts.
You know what I mean?
That's cute.
You're gonna see a lot of AI coming very soon. Trust me. I got one for Sean very soon as well. I got that benediction one coming, so don't worry.
Not the delectable.
Don't have Sean. Sean wasn't even paying attention today to do this benediction. I'm trying to see what he gonna give us.
I thought he was doing his benediction now.
I'm watching the video of Vince and his brother because I went back to look at the last video to see a comment to highlight, and they talked about Vince and his brother doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Where's that?
They directed me to the last 5 minutes, and I went down a rabbit hole.
Wait, what did it say? What happened the last 5 minutes?
He vented. All the way vented.
No,
Apparently,
tell
put-
us,
did you
since
put
we
a B
here.
word again, or
What you
play
say
it in
now?
the background. Play it in the background.
Yeah, send it to Culture so he can play it. We
Sing
want-
it in the background.
I'm overstimulated. Y'all just I feel like Cardi.
We got you.
Can you swim? Can you swim, Sean? Can
We
you
did not
swim?
come this far by faith not to get the full context. We need to see it now.
Yeah, he just I mean he defended his point, but then he just went in probably a little bit too much further and really took it to a place I don't think it needed to go. So that's my opinion.
Where's the link?
Are we surprised?
Okay.
Somebody drop the link.
I put it in the chat.
put in the chat? Yeah.
It's in the group chat.
Oh,
Yeah, I seen it. It popped up, but I hadn't watched it, so
I hadn't
On
watched
my
it.
phone.
It
Elsie,
just
you
like
stole
it
my
was
phone.
toxic.
Huh? I've seen it. I've seen it. I heard it. The microphone is off. He a little too loud for me.
It looked like he gonna be loud, like the way
He is.
the way he holds the mic though, and just
There's one volume.
Well, you know they were trying to give Vince a good editor at the end of the thing.
It's called Vince. If you just look up Mike M-I-C
Yeah,
and Vince Perkins,
yes, they name.
that's the name of their YouTube channel. So you can go and see it there. I'm
Yeah,
not
they've
doing
got a
them
podcast for a
disservice
while.
by giving their link in this chat. I don't want to go that far.
Brother P, the Perkins Bros.
Let me
Nothing.
share screen.
Just gonna put just our names on Mike and Vince Perkins. Okay.
M-I-C and Vince Perkins.
MIC.
Yeah, you could go back. They have some other stuff in the back too.
Yeah, they've been doing their thingies.
We'll do the last 5 minutes. All right.
On Soul Plane. He got there, got his room, put his clothes down, went out for the night. He got drunk. He had liquor was had. He met a girl at the bar. Liked how she looked. Pulled her out the bar. And they went back to his place. They went back to his place.
This doesn't sound good.
He then proceeded to have raw sex. He put his bare dick inside of her vagina. Don't tell me about nothing else. Raw sex was had. I don't want to hear about anything else.
Don't tell me the condom, bro.
Don't shut up. I'm telling you what happened. He had raw sex. After he was having raw sex, he knew he was gonna come. We know as an organization when we're gonna blow a nut.
As a staff regulator, but as a crew.
He decided to leave it inside. Leave it inside. He knew that he did that. After leaving said dick inside the pussy raw, he flew back. He flew back Spirit Airlines. He flew back.
Soul Plane.
He flew back. And he went along with his day. Months later, he gets a call saying that from this, it produced something. He has to then bring his ass back to get a DNA test and find out that nut that he blew on that hot Miami night produced a child. Then he flew back.
All right, my ears can't take it. You know what?
Hey, I see why he about to get into it with the guys because he called them.
What does that have to do with Bello? I mean, what does that have to do with Lauren?
This don't have nothing to do with
about Lauren.
About if he called her a B, then blah blah blah, and somehow he skipped to talking about this. I don't know how.
No, it started talking about the height issue with the friends and the back and forth. That's how it started. And it goes there and it goes on. And then this last part is about Bello. But yes, it does get very raunchy.
Well, what did he say about Lauren? Because him talking about Bello doing all that. I mean, he didn't lie about nothing he said about what the hell Bello did. But I'm just asking, what did he say about Lauren?
About Lauren and her friends and doing too much. Doing too much. He answered the question and they were just going in and just doing too much. And he had to respond.
30 seconds before this raunchy Bello moment, he mentioned, and if I did call her a B, and then he started going on another rant, and then he started talking about Bello.
Because that's the part I came in on. He said if I did call
I
her,
guess he was trying to say, is he that bad of a person? I don't know why he was bringing Bello into the scenario. That's from the little bit I watched. I guess that's kind of what I gleaned. Could be wrong, but it seemed like he was saying, well, even if I did call her one, look at this other guy and what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna play my clip again to reset the room. Shoot.
Good evening. This is LBB91 Network. Our top story tonight.
And TUT.
Wait, hold on. Why haven't you joined the membership yet?
I love that commercial, Coach.
Why is there one N in center?
That's why I was like the
Huh?
center T with the one N.
What's the what?
One N in center. On his
Oh,
t-shirt.
the t-shirt. Listen, I have no clue. Listen, AI does what AI does. Okay, so sometimes it goes well, sometimes it adds a little sprinkle. That's a sprinkle it added. You know what I mean?
Y'all need to put this AI down. This is getting out of control.
And it was
for all
costing
of us.
credits at that point, and I said to myself, I'm not trying to spend any more credits on this. Okay, so I got what I got. All
They
right, but
said
I'm
he
gonna
looked
do
like
it
Derek.
again.
Perk said he looked like Derek Jackson. Perk, why you like this?
And he got 3 arms.
I don't know why AI interpreted me like that, but hey, what can I say?
It started off with your face for a second, and then it went into somebody else, and then like in the spin, I thought it was Tyler Perry. Then it turned into Michael J. White, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Tyler Perry.
I don't know.
There's a little spin of Tyler Perry with his
Play it one more time, Kojo, so we can really look. Play
I'm
it
definitely gonna redo it because I was like, why did they do the picture thing? I didn't need the picture thing. It was just for the thing.
Good evening. This is LBB91 Network. Our top story tonight.
And TUT.
Wait, hold on. Why haven't you joined the membership yet?
And it got a voice of
Oh, it says mineral.
one actor. Oh, that S is throwing it off and making
It says mineral. Yeah, the expression ways. It says mineral.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know why it has that S in there.
Because it's a Superman. It's a Superman.
Mineral simmer. So I'm gonna have to work on that in the background, but I'm gonna get a better one. Trust me.
It's definitely witchcraft.
Don't worry, guys. AI is about to do what AI does best, bro. You tell me, yeah? It's gonna AI for this thing. You get me? Yeah. I know some people don't like it. But we gonna sure love it. Super mineral, as somebody said. Super mineral. I'm gonna say that from now on. Yeah, super minerals. But we gotta get to Sean. He's gonna give us the benediction. No AI there, sir. If you could break it down, don't worry, you will not be replaced. No one can do what you do best, brother.
Amen.
Well, I heard that there was a special someone here last week that just did a
they did a great job.
Trying to put me out of business.
He coached them.
Never
coached them.
Putting me out of business, but I'll take it. So, let me dust off my little notes that I took here in terms of what we learned. And unlike Carde, I think I'll be able to articulate what I learned and hopefully what we all could learn from this most recent episode. So first, what we learned from Devin is that the age-old expression, don't put all your eggs in one basket, sometimes requires nuance, because in the game of romance, you need to be clear on who you like. And if you don't, and if you aren't, sometimes putting your eggs in multiple baskets gets you spread too thin and sent home. So please be intentional about who you like and let it be known. Next, for Darius, the Pink Panther, shall we call him? I think, unfortunately, the folks, they got it wrong with the shallowness. The shallowness was right in front of them, raging with animals all amongst him. Now, some might say they're fake fur. Some might say they're real fur. Whatever is draped around him, it's not the truth. So please beware of people who peacock in relationships, because people who peacock are often masking things. Peacocks sprout their feathers, sprout their wings to get attention, to draw attention to them. But sometimes that attention that they're drawing just is a veiled attempt of getting what they want. And that could be something that you're not willing to give. So just make sure when you're examining your relationships, and this could go for Shannon, who did a good job of showing us this. Ashley, the verdict's not out. please be sure that the person in front of you is somebody that is worth your time, and that the gifts or the things they're showing you are things that are of use and from a good place. Shannon, you got some kudos with Darius, but with Steven, I don't know, Shannon. I think in relationships, we should definitely be a little bit more cautious about how we throw ourselves at people, how we intercept conversations that are in play. You might want to read the room. Reading the room is a really important sign in relationships to be able to check the temperature. Is the person in front of you wanting of the attention that you are wanting to give? Next, we have our good friend Lauren. She's a faithful viewer and participant in our channel chats. But Lauren, I need to call you to the front, Lauren. Lauren, the conversation you had with Bello, it took a little too many twists and turns for my liking for a woman of your station. Don't give up your power. That's the worst thing you could do in a relationship. Vulnerability is important, but giving up your power is one of those things you never want to do. And you never want to yield yourself where you are at the complete mercy of someone else before they've shown themselves deserving of that mercy. Next, but not least, I think we also have Carde. We understand being misunderstood, but sometimes taking a beat, asking what you mean before we lash out, before we get defensive, if we're not meaning to be defensive, right? So ask clarifying questions, and really being self-aware and vulnerable can go a long way in a relationship. Last but not least, Dom and Bello. I don't know if what we're playing is a synchronized game of who's going to yield first, but what I do know is that when we are not clear, when we're not intentional, when we're not honest about what we have going on, it might last for a short time, but it ain't gonna last for a long time. And that's not being ready to love. Back to you, Kojo.
Thank you again, Sean. I appreciate the benediction as always, on point, and giving us a word of thought for the evening going on. There's two more super chats I want to read out. Shout out to let me read this one first, actually. Keisha, she says, what y'all is it Kesha or Keisha? Did we confirm? What y'all think about Dom ignoring Pearl's bag? I don't know where she ignored Pearl's bag. What is that? Did she ignore?
Taking the room.
Taking the room. Oh, yeah. She did take the room. I mean, she had to do what she had to do, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I understand what Dom was trying. We've all tried a little thing before. You know, she pretended she didn't see the bag. But shout out to Shannon. She held her own, and I respect that. She said, George's room already. And Dom was respectful enough to leave it alone. Jessica Brooks, 143. What? Did Dom not... Wait, what? Did Dom not leave the room? Did she go...
Maybe Shannon conceded.
Right.
She never conceded.
Yeah, I thought she did.
Yeah,
I thought she picked up a bag and left.
No, she bullied her out the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought she picked up a bag and left.
Two of them, to be honest, because Bella was selling right up in there too with his silence.
She bullied her straight out that room.
Get the step in. Get out. We taking this room.
Damn. Poor girl.
I would have told her we all sleeping together. Everything.
No, y'all sleeping on the couch over there. I'm sleeping in this bed because I didn't chose this room. Y'all can do whatever y'all want on that couch.
Damn. Sometimes you just gotta tell people what it is. You get me?
Not just a little hazy, Katie.
That's a shame. Jessica Brooks 1430 said, Happy New Year to you and the panel. Thank you for the lessons, laughs, and the knowledge you guys have shared with us during the reviews. Yes, it's been appreciated, and we love that. And I gotta be honest. I gotta play my little clip because you send a little sign. Don't worry, I'm gonna have my AI video ready next week. I promise you. I'm gonna have something funny saying thank you for your dollar, your contribution. I'm gonna have something funny. I'm gonna think of something. Trust me. But until then, I know exactly what video I'm gonna do for the next super chat. It's gonna be that dog that dances. You see that dog? Yeah. Have you seen that dog that dances? No offense to Abby or anything like that. You know what I mean? I know she might see it and get mad, but yes, I'm gonna have a dog dancing.
Please be respectful because you don't even like the dogs. You was okay with that poodle.
Is there any particular breed I should be?
You should put yourself dancing. We should let the people who might not be aware of Black Muscle 91 show them all your moves in the gym.
I don't know if it will have the same effect. You know what I mean?
Oh, it will.
Don't shake your money maker.
And promote your TikTok at the same time, you know?
That's true. Well, Elson, see where you guys have got some stuff that you guys are doing. So as always, please, Elson, where can they find you? What are you doing at the moment so they can obviously support you as well? Because I know you're doing Love is Blind Italy. So
yes, I am Elsid932 on YouTube, and this week Thursday we start Love is Blind Germany. I do have at noon on Thursday. I have a special interview as well. I can't say yet who it is, but it is a special interview Thursday around lunchtime. But I do Ready to Love on my channel as well as Unsolicited Advice, where we give the internet advice, and then we have a party on Fridays. We do Elsid Unscripted. It's whatever the chat wants to talk about. And we watch Ready to Love live together, and we chat in the chat box. So Elsid932.
Love that. Elson. Is Love is Blind Germany, is that the new one, or you know the one that you've just gone past?
It's a season 2. Italy is the one that just passed.
So the new German hasn't dropped yet. Okay, cool.
Right, and then Married at First Sight Australia starts at the end of the month.
But beautiful, because I'm going to be all over that. So expect the daily drops from myself. I'm committing myself. I love the Australian version. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. Seaway?
Yes. My name is It's Seaway's World Esquire, like it is on the screen, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok, yapping and capping, mostly about stuff related to sports, women's sports, but where it touches pop culture as well. So if you're a sports girly, or you want to get into sports, or you want to get into where sports touches other stuff that we be talking about, make sure you follow me over there. We be yapping and capping. We be having a good time.
Appreciate you. I don't know if Penny or Jay, you have anything you want to promote to the audience or anything like that? No.
All I want to say, it's Penny, not Pebby. I don't know what that happened. I wear glasses. But yeah, nothing to promote. I am very much a low-key girl, no socials, but yeah.
Nothing to promote.
Yeah, I want to just promote good health, happiness in the new year. I will eventually be coming back. No worries. It's a work in progress. We're getting there. But however, on Wednesdays, if ever we are back, me and
we are back.
me and Coach will be having some nice little dilemma talks with some guests from time to time.
This Wednesday we're back. We are back. I've got a juicy one this week, so don't worry. I've downloaded some clips. So we're back on Wednesday, guys. So if you guys are free, that is very true. Wednesday, 8 p.m. We start at 8 p.m., right? Is that 8 p.m.? 8 p.m. 1 o'clock is my time, so it's 8 p.m. for you guys, right? Yeah, but you're PST, so
yeah, so it's like 5, yeah.
Yeah, so 8 p.m. EST. We go live on a Wednesday, open panel. If you guys want to come and join, the last one was really good. We had a few people come on. Very very interesting conversation. But yeah, feel free if you want to come and you feel like you want to say something, and just for anybody out there as well. Look, sometimes maybe you don't want to start your channel just yet. You don't feel as confident as such. Come join the panels. This is where people can gain confidence. We're not going to judge you. We're just having conversations. You know what I'm saying to you? I lie. We are going to judge you. If you say some stupid stuff, I promise you I'm going to judge you. I might not say it to your face, but I will judge you behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I don't want to lie to you because the Lord is watching me. But but no, we invite you all to come have a conversation, gather your confidence, whatever, and then go off and do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? And so we appreciate you guys as much. So 8 p.m. EST on a Wednesday night. We'll be having our open panel discussions, always about relationships and dilemmas. And so come and share your thoughts as well. Okay. All right. Well, listen, the night has come to an end. And as I said, for the man them, please, again, we have opened up our channel for you guys. So the content will be for you guys on the Landlord 91 channel. Go over there, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go and subscribe, go and follow. Let me know your comments as well in terms of what kind of content you want to see from me as well going forward for the Mandem, because I know you guys are sometimes not as vocal in this particular live here. That's understandable. Come over there. We're going to do our thing over there as well. Well, listen, our time is up, okay? And we got to go home. And I promise you, next week, I will have an AI that will say, I got to go home or something, okay? So just be on the lookout. If you hate AI, you're going to hate this channel, okay? Because I'm going to talk about Jesus and AI, okay? How we going to do it? We going to do it, okay? Someone said AI got me in a chokehold. Absolutely. You ever read the book of Joshua? The AI people are there too. They called AI. A whole clan of people called AI, okay? So it ain't me, okay? It ain't me. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And you know I can't leave you without my last clip of the night.
Oh my God.